Misfits and dope addicts are here.
That's a great song, no doubt about it. Mm-hmm. There were. Well, you'll take account of yourself. You'll make accounting of that song in a moment.
Yes.
But I was curious why you didn't play, because it is Glenn Tipton's birthday today.
Glenn Tipton. I should know that.
Judas Priest, Gina.
We could have, Gina.
You claim
You
to be.
wouldn't have.
You
wouldn't
claim
have.
to be
There's
some
no
sort
way.
of heavy metal mistress.
I have breaking the law right here.
Oh, you do?
Right here.
Oh.
Heavy metal mistress don't even know Glenn Tipton.
Oh.
Yeah, or if I say it is Matthias Jobs' birthday
Well, I know
today.
he's a Scorps.
Scorps.
He's a Scorps.
Play the Scorps, man. The Scorps. Now I might have lobbied for. It's Taffy Danov's birthday today.
Taffy Danov?
Listen, these people had their own variety summer replacement show. The Starland Vocal Band.
Is that Afternoon Delight?
Afternoon Delight.
Of course, it's John Anderson's birthday today. He was the singer for Yes.
Oh, we could have done some yes.
No, I don't.
I can see
No
sense of measure.
Richard Lloyd's birthday, television.
Yeah. We could. Yeah.
Now I'm going to lobby for this. It's Katy Perry's birthday,
Well,
but I don't.
no.
Now I'm going to lobby for this, for the potty break song. It's Ed Robertson's birthday, Bare Naked Ladies.
Yeah.
Now
remind me.
there are 3 Bare Naked Ladies songs I love.
All right.
If I had $1 million?
I like that one a
Yeah.
lot. I love
Remind
One
me.
Week.
Yeah.
It's 1 week.
Yeah.
But I just really just go crazy for the song "Be My Yoko Ono."
You go crazy for
I
it.
love that
Oh, I
song.
don't know if we can handle that.
Remind me, and we'll get to it.
Be my Yoko Ono. But a great song there that you played, Chrissy Hind, The Pretenders.
On this day.
Yes.
Robbie McIntosh, the guitarist vocalist for The Pretenders.
It's his birthday.
It's his
today?
birthday today.
It's funny, and I have a really comprehensive
Well,
list.
you don't have that
and I didn't, or I just skipped over it somehow. Yeah. What is the song that Rush Limbaugh uses? What's the name of that one?
I went back to Ohio. My city was gone.
My city was
My
gone.
city was gone.
Which is such a great song, but every time I hear it, I think of Rush Limbaugh.
Mm-hmm. He
He's
ruined
gone.
it.
Do you know what? Since Alex Jones has disappeared, he's Alex Jones.
He's taken that. He's seen an opening and he's gone for it.
He was. He was yesterday saying. Oh, jeez. He was saying. He was one of those people.
Got to get
like,
the skyrockets in flight.
saying that the pipe bombs were. That the Democrats it's a hoax.
It's a
It's
liberal
a false
hoax.
flag.
It's a liberal
It's a
hoax.
false flag. It's a false flag. That's what it is. But it's really. So there was. They discovered this morning. Somebody sent Robert De Niro, his office, a pipe bomb in New York City, and I think that now I suspect the mob is involved. That's what I think is. It's a mob hit. That's what this whole thing is. It's the mafia because De Niro's involved.
Well, we will find out soon enough because these sort of things they leave trails. You know, every bomb maker has a signature.
They want to be found, don't
You
they?
know.
Want to
Well,
be? They want credit
maybe.
for it.
Probably.
They want credit.
Probably.
But
Has
they-
anybody checked our mail?
We don't get mail. I don't
Well,
remember the last time I got a piece of mail.
Terry's
here.
got some right there.
Yes.
Who's that from?
Don't open
Is
that
it
in
from
here.
Debbie Wasserman Schultz?
Nope, it's not.
Oh, okay.
It's
We're-
another
we're
book,
okay.
and I'm worried that it's more erotic vampire fiction.
Non-erotic vampire fiction.
Neurotic.
My neurotic vampire fiction.
Hello, I'm a neurotic vampire.
Nobody bought that.
Nobody wants me to bite them. Blah. I just go into my room and make a
Carrie-
commercial.
Carrie, I can't believe you're just opening that. in
Yeah, well,
here.
it's fine. What is it?
It's
Roar Sky.
Roar of Sky.
Roar of Sky. Is it? I'm gonna guess it's dragons.
I don't know.
No. Dragons and sorcerers and
I don't know.
no.
A fantasy
well,
book?
I'll look at it later.
I guess we ought to kind of get the show going, kind of give it a kick in the ass and move it along. So we'll try and do that with check-ins. You should call the show and let us know you're out there and you're ready for us to begin stumbling through 4 hours of so-called entertainment. We are the stumble bums of morning radio, after all.
Are we?
Yes, 877-602-9696, the number to call and check in with the Radio from Hell show. Let us know you're out there and you're hankering for something better than we normally give you. So call us, and how about this? We do have a prize to give you. A random checker inner will get tickets to see to go to the Tower of Terror, or the Tower of Terror, at Salt Lake Film Society. See a couple of horror movies. And so complete this sentence in 3 words or less. What about the opposite sex, that is the opposite of your sex or gender, what about the opposite sex confuses you the most? Confuses you the most. In 3 words or less, what about the opposite sex confuses you the most? 877-602-9696. Check in to the Radio from Hell show.
All right. We do have we got to start the show. We got big boy news coming up. We got.
Did you brush your teeth this
I
morning?
did brush my teeth this morning, but not with my Quip, because my wife has stolen my
Carrie,
Quip.
Well, you can buy one easily
how
enough.
do you get your own Quip?
Well, it's pretty easy, and I'll tell you how. You you go to the website and everything. But it just, I need my own. She stole mine, and I need my own. We're fighting over this thing. That's how much we like it. Quip began after a designer visited a dentist and learned the key to oral health was sticking to the basic preventative habits. The ones that we know, we were taught, but we either forget or we just don't bother. And so what they've done with Quip is they've created an electric toothbrush, battery powered, so you don't have that docking station problem. With this great, every 30 seconds it reminds you when to switch sides, and it'll run for 2 minutes, so that you're brushing the entire 2 minutes, and then when it vibrates, it'll go boop 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 boop, and that's when you know to switch sides, and so you can get a full even clean. And 90% of us don't brush the proper way, so Quip helps make it easy, when you're sleepy in the morning and just kind of brushing. It's one of the many reasons I love Quip and why they're backed by over 20,000 dental professionals. They start at just $25. If you go to getquip.com/X96 right now, you'll get your first refill pack for free with a Quip electric toothbrush. So that's how you get this deal. Be sure to put /X96 at the end of that so that we get credit and so that you get this deal. So your first refill pack free with getquip.com. That's getquip.com/X96. Over the years, X96 has sent listeners to see concerts in
Greetings, children. This is your old friend, the Grave Digger. Today I have a frightening little yarn that has all the ingredients needed to make you shudder. Sex, violence, lawyers, and 3 exploding human heads. This tale is called There She Blows, and we'll take you now to the law offices of Parker, Jameson, and Osborne, attorneys at law.
Mr. Parker?
Mr. Osborne.
Parker, your fly is undone.
Oh? Oh, so it is. I was just having sex with my secretary.
But Mr. Parker, that is so wrong. You're a married man.
I'm aware of that, Osborne, and I don't care. As a matter of fact, I'm going back in for seconds.
Parker, your head is getting bigger. Oh my God! Look at all the blood.
What's all the racket in here?
Parker's head just exploded.
Good Lord, what a mess. Hey, what's Parker clutching in his still twitching hand?
That's the Bonneville specific file. He's been working overtime to make the board of directors look better in court. I believe he just finished it. Jameson, what are you doing?
Erasing Parker's name and putting mine on it. I'll take all the credit now that he's dead.
Now Jameson's head has exploded too. I'd better call for help. But first, I'm going to go through their wallets and steal all the money. They're not going to need it, and no one will ever know.
Those 3 really know how to get ahead, eh? Their law firm tried to expand too rapidly and suddenly went bust. Well, in case you hadn't figured out the moral of the story, it's if you're a lawyer and you do something bad, your head will explode. This is the old Gravedigger inviting you to join me next time when our story will be called Chop Chop, Who's There? On Tales from the Grave.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Hey, maybe the phones are broken. 877-602-9696. No one has called to check in with the Radio from Hell show.
No one wants these Tower of Terror tickets?
Well,
I can't imagine nobody wants those.
I will throw in a copy
But wait, there's more?
of Roar of Sky by Beth Cato, a gritty, imaginative, and unforgettable read.
About.
The stunning conclusion to Beth Cato's acclaimed Blood of Earth trilogy.
Well, what if I haven't read the trilogy
So
yet?
I think that's pretty specialized. So if you've read the first two,
Yeah.
check in with the Radio from Hell show at 877-602-9696 and complete this in 3 words or less. What about the opposite sex confuses you the most? But let's officially begin the show, and if no one has checked in by that time, let's just move on and never do this feature again.
Mm-hmm.
When life feels like it's crashing down on you from above, Lifetime Roofing is here to offer you peace of mind. In that home of yours, you and your family have your own personal fortress of reassurance. Roofs at Lifetime Roofing are simply better than everyone else's, period.
So if you wanted a full moon, you missed it. It was yesterday.
Yeah.
Now, it's
still pretty full.
It's pretty full, but not full. It's 99% of full, and it's on the way out. The next full moon, you'll have to wait clear until November 22nd. Which is, what is Thanksgiving this year? What date?
It's on a Thursday.
Thank you.
Let me look.
You don't know exactly the day, though.
Let me look.
So, anyway, the next full moon will be November 22nd.
22nd.
It's on the 22nd.
What does that mean? Does that mean anything?
It means you can stay up really late eating turkey, and it'll be like daylight.
All
The moon will set today at 8:40 a.m., today being Thursday. It's the 25th day of October in the year of our Lord 2018, and this is North America's most propitious radio broadcast. It's the Radio from Hell show, starring the crew.
No,
the Radio
don't.
from
Why,
Hell.
Why are you doing that?
I know,
Did someone call us a crew yesterday?
We're not a crew.
Yeah, somebody said, "How are you and the crew
No,
doing?"
don't ever refer to us
No,
as
we're
the
not a
crew.
Our own people do
They
that.
don't know-
on occasion. How are you and the crew at the X doing?
We're not the X, and we're not a crew.
People in the building call us that.
They're wrong.
We are the Lords of Morning
That's
Radio, damn
right.
it. With Kerry Jackson,
Yes.
Bill Allred, and Gina Barberi. We're the sons of Soros. Knock it off! Kerry and Bill and Gina. Richard Stedman is the producer of the show. Dylan Allred, no relation to me. I say that for his protection, is producing video for the show. You can see it at x96.com/live. And Autumn is here helping out with the programming of the Radio from Hell show.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Checking in, if anybody is brought to you by Salt Lake Film Society, presenting Tower of Terror all month long at Tower Theater. Lots of seasonally appropriate fare for discerning horror buffs. Check out the whole lineup at slfs.org. We've got 2 movie tickets and 2 free small popcorns.
Well, apparently 3 people at least have read the first 2 volumes of this trilogy.
Roar of Sky.
And want the final book.
NPR says Cato's exhaustive research of the time and place gives the book texture and grit.
Texture and grit.
Okay.
All right. Let's begin with Trevor.
Hi, Trevor.
Hey, how are you?
Good. Trevor, thanks for checking in with the Radio from Hell show. Why did you decide to check in, by the way?
I had to pull over and get to a safe spot to call, but I heard you say, was it in 3 words, what confuses you about the opposite gender?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think me, it's the mixed-matched or mismatched socks.
Mismatched
Is that a woman
socks.
thing, wearing mismatched socks?
Yeah.
No, I'm wearing
It is.
mismatched
I-
socks
I-
right now.
You're
Carrie,
mostly
you're
a woman.
You're a
You're
woman.
mostly
Yeah, I
a woman,
am.
Carrie.
No, let's see.
Yeah.
But do you find that Trevor? Do you find that women often wear mismatched socks?
I do. I way more often than not, and it itches my soul. I can't
It
stand
itches your soul.
I like that. It's
Really?
Carrie, do you do that on purpose?
Today?
No,
Or
like
just in general?
regularly.
No, not regularly.
Oh.
Carrie used to wear mismatched Converse high tops.
Yeah, I'd wear like a red and a black shoe.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just because these two, I had several pairs of these types of socks, and they all got holes in them except for these last 2.
Oh,
I see.
So one is green and one is blue.
that's
Would
why
you accept that, Trevor? That
shoes for some reason are a bit different than socks. I think maybe it's I just like my feet to feel the same
I see.
texture,
How do you feel
length
about
of sock, I guess.
How do you feel about the fact that I'm wearing 2 right shoes today?
That I think that sounds kind of funny. I don't think it really bugs me or confuses me.
It
too
makes
much,
it
though.
hard for me to walk.
You walk in a circle.
I bet it would.
Yeah. Thanks for checking in,
Hi,
Trevor.
Trevor.
And it's more evidence that I'm not a good woman because what I do is I buy a big packet of the same plain black socks. So I
Not a
don't
very
have
good,
any in my drawer that don't
Not a very good
match.
lady.
That's not the only reason you're not a good woman.
I know. It's just another example.
Jason.
Hello,
Jason.
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 Jacob, sorry.
Oh,
Jacob.
it's Jacob. Hi, Jacob.
Hi, thanks for letting me listen.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Jacob, what about the opposite gender, we should say, confuses you the most?
Their hip clump.
Okay, remove your hockey mask, Jacob, and
What is it?
One more time.
Their hair clumps.
Hair clumps.
Hair
like,
clumps.
like in the shower.
all right.
Yes, hair's everywhere.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you,
They
Jacob.
should really clean that up.
All right, bye-bye. Let's go to Curtis.
Hi,
finally.
Curtis.
Morning.
Good morning,
Hi,
Curtis.
Curtis.
What about the opposite gender confuses you the most?
Well, happy 1 minute and really miserable the next.
They're moody.
Moodiness. Curtis, you want to go see the horror movies at the Tower Theater?
Sure, I'd love to go see the movies.
Okay,
hang on the line.
Hang on the line. We'll get
Don't
your
take that
information.
moody woman with you. You don't know what you're going to get.
Damn women are moody.
Let's see. As a gay man, all lady parts
Are confusing.
and spitting wherever. There's one from.
Oh, that's a woman to
That's
it,
a
but
woman
yeah.
to it. Yeah, I don't.
Women don't
either.
do that. Ugh, don't. Gross.
All right.
I got a loogie.
No. Crash Washington Boulevard, 2nd Street in Ogden. Crash northbound I-15 at 8 South in Bountiful, right shoulder affected there. Crash eastbound 78 South and Mountain View Corridor in West Jordan. Ballet West 2018-19 season opens with Beauty and the Beast running October 26th through the 27th at Capitol Theater. Single tickets and season packages are available at balletwest.org.
All right, we got big boy news coming up. Stand by for that. Geek news as well coming up in round 1 of your boner voting.
Do we have a little traffic yet this morning?
We
Oh,
just-
you just did
just
that,
did
didn't
that,
you?
yeah.
That was what that music was. I was thinking about my car and my conversations recently with Jamie Cox at Everest Collision Repair. And just like Sean Hogan at Everest, he wants to keep your needs on top.
You had a car in an accident.
Boy, did I ever. And it got totaled, but Jamie was kind enough to, I sent him all the photos with the Everest Collision Repair app, and he was kind enough to look at it and just to make sure that the insurance company was right.
And he declared it dead.
Yeah, he did. He said, no, look, I looked at it, and he said, just make sure. And he said, no, they're right. We've got to total it.
Now, when I got in my accident, I went to Everest Collision, of course, and I told my insurance company that's where I wanted to get it fixed, and they said, oh, yeah, we work with them all the time. They're great.
Everest Collision Repair will get your car fixed if it can possibly be fixed. Now, I'm going to take my CRV in there pretty soon because it has some minor body work that needs to be done. Everest is locally owned and operated. Shops in Salt Lake, Sandy, Tooele, and Ogden. If you bring your car, bring in a donation for the road home. They'll pay up to $200 of your insurance deductible. Some restrictions apply. See the shop for details. Go to EverestCollisionRepair.com for more details. Everest Collision Repair.
When Radio from Hell concludes, the music begins. Kerry Jackson.
We do have geek news coming up in a moment. Also,
Yay.
Beat Gina at 7 o'clock. Don't forget Beat Gina.
Oh, yeah, you could get Black Island Farm tickets.
It's candy trivia.
Candy trivia. coming up.
I love candy.
I'll be honest with you, the questions are pretty easy. All right, so get ready for that. But right now, Big Boy News and Opinioendo brought to you by
Rocky Mountain Power, being WhatSmart, your business has the power to reduce energy use, save money, earn cash incentives. Learn more at whatsmart.com.
Well, the cast members from the next season of House of Cards have reportedly pulled out of an appearance on Megyn Kelly's television show. And Megyn Kelly is not on the air today. And there are reports that Megyn Kelly will not be on the air ever again on NBC.
That was $23 million a year well spent.
Yeah.
She has not managed to generate much in the way of ratings for NBC. Conversations about what her role might take, what she might do for NBC. They're saying, where do you think Megyn Kelly might be happier as part of big breaking news or forced to cover lighthearted stories that traditionally work at 9 a.m.? Kelly participated in NBC News coverage of the confirmation hearings of Brett Kavanaugh.
No, they were confrontation hearings. You
Yeah,
had
they
that
were.
right the first
And she
time.
is slated to take part in NBC News coverage election night in November, but NBC is declining to comment whether talks will have a bearing on her 9 a.m. morning show.
I'll just say this to NBC. I have opinions about blackface, and I'd be happy to sit down and do a TV show about them for $23 million.
I think they are, in a way, grateful this happened
Yeah.
because
They were looking
for a way to get out of it.
I think what's going to happen is they'll allow her to make the decision. They will tell her what her decision is and allow her to make it.
You are allowed to say
Yeah.
this.
Yes. As golden hour light illuminated, hundreds gathered on the University of Utah campus last night. Only the faint sound of crying broke the silence. Students, staff, and community members met in front of the Park building to remember their classmate and pupil Lauren McCluskey, a senior and star on the track team. Lauren McCluskey was an outstanding young woman. She was a joy to coach. When you recruit a student athlete, you try to understand them and get to know them, said U head track and field coach Kyle Kepler. And when you bring them on campus, you have an idea of what you want them to be or what you think they can be. And Lauren exceeded in all of those areas. There was a vigil for her last night, and there were thousands of people there. She was lauded as an outstanding person. The guy who killed her, Melvin Sean Rowland, a registered sex offender, admitted to being attracted to teenage girls and vulnerable women in a recording of his parole hearing in 2012. He professed to meeting women in person and online to manipulate them. The recordings of 5 parole hearings from 2012 to 2018 were released Wednesday by the Utah Board of Parole and Pardons. The recordings show that officials repeatedly expressed concerns about Mr. Rowland's behavior.
You know how he got a job as a security guard? Because you can see, as a young woman, you go out to a bar and you meet the security guard there. You think, okay, he's got to be a good guy, right?
Sure.
That would be one of your
Yeah.
checklist of things.
You would think. So, yeah.
Yeah, there's so much going on with this guy. We've got to find out about this.
Well,
Like
the ball was dropped on several levels, several
Yeah.
times.
Yeah.
And it will be again. And I will not understand if people don't lose their jobs somewhere along the line here. I won't understand why. I don't know why.
She did everything right.
Yeah.
She reported it. She asked for help.
I don't know why.
And on his end as well, so many balls were dropped.
Yeah, no,
That's what
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That balls were dropped on that, and
I mean, I'm a believer in rehabilitation, but this,
he clearly had a problem with that.
there were.
New York City Police bomb squad early today recovered a suspicious package addressed to Robert De Niro. He's an actor, in case you didn't know.
He's been especially vocal about his dislike of Trump, and Trump's talked about him specifically.
Investigators say it may contain or probably contains an explosive device similar to others sent to prominent Democratic figures. Security personnel at De Niro's Tribeca Productions at 375 Greenwich Street summoned police around 5 o'clock this morning, authorities said. The bomb squad removed the package and took it to a police facility in the Bronx. The building housing De Niro's film and television production facilities, and also he has a restaurant in the building. Investigators said the package appeared to be from the same source as pipe bombs sent to prominent Democrats, including former President Obama, to Hillary Clinton, to former Attorney General Eric Holder, to Maxine Waters, Democratic Congresswoman Maxine Waters, to Joe Biden, former Vice President Joe Biden.
There's
Who
9
am I
now.
leaving out? Soros, George
Yeah,
Soros,
George Soros was the first
billionaire financier. All of them. Oh, and to Brennan, former CIA, sent to the CNN building.
But addressed to him.
But addressed to Brennan, who doesn't work for CNN. He's a commentator for, I believe, NBC, not CNN. So that was kind of weird. But at any rate, 9 different, apparently all from the same source. Probably enough evidence that
they'll find this person.
They'll be, yeah.
Yeah.
It didn't take long after these apparent mail bombs were sent to these people for pro-Trump pundits to claim without evidence that these are false flag operations. Fox News, the propaganda mouthpiece for President Trump, had few qualms about suggesting that this may have been a Democratic operation. Former FBI Assistant Director Chris Swecker told Fox News that the mailed makeshift bombs could have been the work of someone trying to get the Democratic vote out. And as you correctly pointed out earlier, this doesn't necessarily mean someone is espousing some sort of conservative ideology and targeting Democrats, Swecker told Fox News. It could be someone trying to get the Democratic vote out and incur sympathy. Well, that's an interesting point, the Fox News host said. Online right-wing conspiracy theorists frothed at the mouth at the idea that the mail bombs could be false flag operations staged for political purposes.
Because you'd actually try to kill people. Because apparently they're real bombs. They're not fake bombs.
Yeah, there are shrapnel in them, glass and metal fragments.
Because you do that just to get the vote out.
Conservative
That makes sense.
Conservative host Rush Limbaugh suggested that it must have been a Democrat who sent the bombs because, he baselessly argued, Republicans just don't do this sort of thing. He also added, even though every event like mass shootings, Dr. Law, remember every mass shooting there is, the Democrats and the media try to make everybody think right off the bat that some Tea Partier did it, or some talk radio fan did it, or some Fox News viewer did it. Turns out it's never the case. You know, I think you might remember, Rush, that the person who shot up the baseball game practice that the Republicans and Democrats were having last year was a left-wing nut job. He was a liberal left-wing nut who went in there and wanted to shoot up conservative Republicans. Rush, do you remember that? And the media said so, very prominently said so. Michael Flynn Jr., the son of former Trump National Security Advisor Michael Flynn, tweeted that the mailings were, quote, a total false flag operation. He later, and if you don't know what that means, a false flag operation means it's somebody trying to make it look like it was
Look over here.
A Republican or a very conservative person going after Democrats when it's really a Democrat making it look, so there's that.
And you know, we will find out who this guy is.
The stock market, not good. The stock market is going down, down, down. Another wave of selling hit the nearly decade-long bull market as investors worried that the ideal climate that they have long enjoyed, a surging economy, low interest rates, and fast-growing corporate profits would soon be behind them.
Wrong.
The benchmark Standard & Poor's 500 stock index shed 3% on Wednesday, wiping out its gains for the whole year. The tech-heavy NASDAQ Composite Index was down 4.4 and has fallen more than 12% since early September. I bought a car yesterday. The interest rate was, I think it was 3.9%, which is not horrible.
No.
But the guy, the F&I guy, the finance guy, said the interest rate's gone up. He said it's gone up and it's going up again. He said, and the reason it's gone up is because the Fed has been raising interest rates. The federal
Said they're
banks
going to raise them again by the end of the year.
and they're going to keep raising them because the Fed wants to control inflation, because the economy is strong, and that means inflation is going to start kicking in unless they start raising interest rates. Donald Trump, who appointed the guy who's the head of the Federal Reserve right now, is now attacking the guy who's the head of the Federal Reserve, saying he's raising interest rates to get back at him.
For what?
I don't know, for appointing him to be the head of the Fed.
How dare you give me this job?
Yeah. And finally, this uplifting story. 2 Satan-worshipping tweens allegedly plan to go on a stabbing rampage. I knew you'd like this story, Gina.
Yep.
And kill more than a dozen middle school classmates, according to officials. Police in Orlando, Florida, said the female students, age 11 and 12, were found armed and hiding in a bathroom at Bartow Middle School. The girls, whose identities haven't been released because they're minors, allegedly brought butcher knives and a pizza cutter to carry out the attack. School staff discovered them in the bathroom and took them to the principal's office, where they confessed to plotting the killing spree for satanic purposes. They said they were waiting for children smaller than them to attack. They said they wanted to kill them and drink their blood. Okay.
They said they wanted to, of course I read this story.
Yeah.
They said they wanted to kill as many people as possible to make sure they went to hell so they could meet Satan.
We will leave body parts at the entrance and then we'll kill ourselves, the girls said.
Have video games or rock music been blamed yet?
Well, they did say that the girls spent their weekend watching scary movies together.
Well, there you go.
So
that must be the scary
that
movies
must be
that did it.
horror films.
Yeah.
That's to blame.
They probably didn't come from broken homes or anything like that.
No.
All right. That's it.
Sports, weather, traffic.
I love Donovan Mitchell. He's great.
That's my favorite movie.
So last night he wrote Lauren McCluskey's name on his shoes and said he was dedicating his game to her. He also was interviewed about that and said, I've got a little sister and I can't imagine something like that happening to her. Yeah. And he had quite a game for Lauren, 38 points. Just him. That's just Donovan.
That's pretty good.
Against Houston. So we've got a win, 100 over Houston's 89 last night. The World Series, Red Sox beat the Dodgers again, 4-2.
2-0, huh?
Yep. Now they head back to Los Angeles for a game tomorrow at 6:00. So that's your World Series weather. We've got spotty sprinkles this morning, but don't worry, it's just a little. And it's just this morning, and will end up being a lot like yesterday. Sunny and low 60s for a high. Traffic. Let's see what we've got here. Crash eastbound 35th South at 26th West in West Valley. The right lane is blocked there. Crash northbound I-15 8th South in Bountiful. Right shoulder being affected. Crash eastbound 78 South Mountain View corridor in West Jordan. And thank you, friends of the program. Crash SR 201 eastbound just before 72nd West. They sent that in via text at 33986. The Black Diamond Store has its annual fall sale. The sale starts Friday, October 26th, runs through October 28th. The Black Diamond Store, 2092 East, 39th South.
All right, thank you. Sponsored?
Oh, always, Carrie. Geek News on the Radio is always brought to you by Cabin Fever. The most wonderful time of year, celebrating creepy, kooky, mysterious, and spooky this October. Located in the heart of Trolley Square, 5th South, 7th East in Salt Lake. Cabin Fever.
All right, thank you. All right, there has been for quite some time an urban legend about how people regularly scatter the ashes of loved ones at Disneyland and Disney World.
Oh, yeah, I saw this story.
The Wall Street Journal did some investigation and have confirmed this urban legend. And we're not talking about a couple of isolated cases. This apparently happens on a regular basis. Disney employees have a special code to report when it happens. The code is HEPA cleanup.
And they'll chuck your ass right out of the park, too.
And your ashes?
You'll know the acronym if you're a vacuum enthusiast because it refers to a special kind of filter that you need to suck up very fine particles like human ashes. For its recent report, the Journal talked to custodians of the park who have taken part in cleaning up human remains, as well as at least 3 families who have spread them. So here's a quote.
Where's the most popular place?
Here's a quote from the article. All right, let me find this here.
Yeah, it does say.
Current and former custodians at Disney parks say identifying and vacuuming up human ashes is a signature and secret part of working at the happiest place on earth. It is grisly work for them, but a cathartic release for the bereaved who say treating Disney parks as a final resting place is the ultimate tribute to ardent fans. The Journal continues, human ashes have been spread in flower beds, on bushes, Magic Kingdom lawns, outside of the park gates, during fireworks. That's because you're distracted. On the Pirates of the Caribbean, the moat underneath the Dumbo ride.
Yeah.
The Dumbo ride?
But most frequently of all, they've been dispersed throughout the Haunted Mansion.
Right.
Yeah.
So you can haunt the mansion, so your ghost
Well,
can
it's
be
just
in
the most
there?
popular, the most legendary rides, right? Pirates, Haunted Mansion.
Haunted Mansion probably has, it says here, according to a Disneyland custodian, the Haunted Mansion probably has so much human ashes in it that it's not even funny.
Really?
Yeah. Why do you think the ride stops so often? It gets mired in human ashes.
Well, I mean, when I worked there on both coasts, it was something cast members talked about frequently.
Yeah.
It's not a secret amongst people who work there. And the most problematic one is Pirates of the Caribbean, because people dump the ashes over the side of the boat into the water.
Into the water.
And then that water is circulated through all this machinery and pipes, and ashes were clogging up pipes.
So
speaking of rides breaking down, it wasn't a joke. Pirates.
I was stuck on that big
know,
slope
I was
going
with you.
out. Yeah.
So could Disneyland embrace it and have like a garden where
should.
I'm serious.
No,
That's a
they're
good
like
idea.
They
here's a
should.
garden and you are welcome
There
to
are lots of laws about how to dispose of. I don't know. That would be.
No.
Disney owns Anaheim. They could change the laws.
It's a law unto themselves.
That's very true.
And same with Disney World.
Very true.
They own that part
If it's
of Florida.
just ashes, if it's not, an actual cemetery, it's just
Interesting though.
Yeah.
But I bring you that.
And they charge you for it.
Yeah.
They would and they could.
And maybe it's a little cemetery-like thing in front of the Haunted Mansion.
The cemetery at the Haunted
Yeah.
Mansion. On the side.
You are allowed
Sure.
to.
Gina, that's genius.
That is genius.
I think that's the first time I've ever said that of you.
$1 million idea.
That's genius.
I know people at Disneyland.
Make
and
it
I'll,
happen.
I'll contact them and let them know. And I bring you that Disney news to give you this Disney news. Because you mentioned it yesterday, and I was skeptical. But I did some research, and Disney is looking into rebooting the Pirates of the Caribbean movies.
No.
They're looking into it.
We have enough,
Now,
don't
what
we?
what they've done, I love the way that this article is written. What happens when the latest installment of your multi-billion-dollar franchise grosses less than $200 million domestic? Time for a reboot.
No, how about we move on to another idea?
Disney is exploring the possibility of rebooting Pirates of the Caribbean franchise. They have met with Rhett Reese and Paul Wernick. You know these names because Deadpool and Zombieland.
So they know how to do this.
Jerry Bruckheimer would still be the producer, but they said, what do you think? They've gone to these two guys and said, give us a take. You're creative. So it's true. All right. There you go.
Guess for enough money.
I guess. There we go. Gina, traffic, please. Oh,
What?
And Beat Gina coming up after these messages.
Oh, so call.
Yes, 877-602-9696. Get ready to play.
Yeah, you could win Black Island Farm tickets.
Mm-hmm.
Crash 78 South, 2100 West. Also crash eastbound 78 South, 39th West, so kind of the same area. Crash eastbound 35th South, 2600 West. Crash Washington Boulevard, 2nd Street in Ogden. And a crash northbound I-15 at 8 South in Bountiful. That's traffic.
All right, thank you. So 877-602-9696. Line up to Beat Gina. We've got Black Island Farms tickets to give away.
Do people know what that is, Black Island Farms?
It's a
really cool...
It's like a corn maze.
Maze and a haunted house, and it's a great thing to do at the Halloween season.
It is really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. And, so 877-602-9696. You'll win that prize if you beat Gina at Candy Trivia, because it's Halloween. And if she beats you, though, you'd better have a prize to give her.
Like some candy or something.
Something.
Or something.
All right.
Yeah, okay. So, now, listen, if you're involved in any kind of an accident, just do me a favor. Make sure everybody's okay. But if you're not okay...
If you're injured...
Yeah, you call the advocates. Get on the phone as soon as you can and call the advocates.
Yeah, the sooner the better, because if they can get out ahead of a lot of these things, like talking to your insurance company, because sometimes the insurance company will do this thing where they'll call you up and go, so how you doing? And you'll say, oh, I'm fine, because that's just what you say.
Reflexively,
and
yeah.
they'll write that down and they'll go, oh, well, we
they said they
called
were
and said they
fine."
were fine.
Yeah,
That's
but
the kind of thing that...
Yeah, but you're not fine.
No.
So the advocates, now they won't charge you any money. The advocates, they are attorneys. I know that's strange, unless they take your case and get you a settlement. So you can call them 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and they will help you all along the way. If you need a rental car, if you need a medical assistance, in-home health care. So 801-355-5550, or you can go to their website. There's a chat feature there. It's utahadvocates.com.
Radio from Hell has a new podcast.
It's the Radio from Hell Best of. everyone wants to play. It's Beat Gina. Brought to you by Prohibition, Utah's sexiest new speakeasy. Thursday nights are always roaring at Prohibition with burlesque dancers and geeks that drink. Come see what everyone's been whispering about. Prohibition, located at Fashion Place Mall in Murray, next to Nordstrom. Line up and reservations at prohibitionutah.com. That's prohibitionutah.com. And one lucky Beat Gina winner will receive tickets to Black Island Farms. Come check out Black Island Farms at their new location in Syracuse. Black Island Farms has been a family business for over 50 years. Come hungry and enjoy farm-fresh goodies from our market and our delicious Corny Cafe concessions booth. Get lost in our 16-acre corn maze and take a scenic ride out to one of our pumpkin patches to pick our very own pumpkins. The 2018 season ends October 30th, so hurry on out. We're at 2075 South, 4000 West in Syracuse. Winner receives a family 4-pack of tickets to Black Island Farms to be used during the 2018 season. All right, Carrie, it's time to play Beat Gina!
Thank you, Johnny.
You're welcome, Carrie.
Here's how we pick the contestants. We pick the contestants by Gina deciding what she wants to win when she beats you at trivia.
It's only fair.
All right. Line 1 is offering you Greek triangles with feta. That's cheese. You're not
Cheese,
gonna. But for us,
no,
we'd like
I
that.
I play for your prizes for you guys sometimes.
Line 3 is offering you Halloween candy and Oreos.
Okay.
And line 2 is offering you a bottle of wine and bragging rights because he says that he has beaten you how many times? 2 times? 3 times.
What? Give me that guy.
You want that?
I want that guy.
Oh, sorry, Demetra. I wanted the triangles, but Jason. All right, Jason.
I'm sorry we're not playing for Demetra's triangles.
I know, right?
No, Jason, he called me out. I can't ignore that. That's a dare is what that is.
All right, Gina, Jason, you both know how to play the game. First person to 3 points wins.
We know. Get on with it.
Let me get out the coin toss app, and Jason, you call it heads or tails to go first.
Tails.
All right, let's see what we got. It is heads.
Ta!
Gina goes first. Oh.
You're going down, Jason.
Jason, I won't lie to you. The questions are pretty easy today. It's candy trivia because Halloween. Let's begin. Gina?
Mm-hmm.
Before William Morrison invented cotton candy, he was what? A dietitian, B, a therapist, or C, a dentist?
Well, dentist is the fun answer, so let's go with that.
That is correct. Gina.
The score is 1 for Gina, the 0 for Jason, but Jason controls the question with a chance to tie.
Jason, what do the M's in M&M's stand for? Is it Mars and Murray, B, Maud and Mitchell, or C, Mike and Molly?
A.
Mars and Murray, is that your answer?
Mm-hmm.
All right, that is correct.
1-1. Scores tied. Gina controls the question.
Gina?
Mm-hmm.
Back in World War II, the term Tootsie Rolls was actually used as code name for what? Is it A, the treads on a tank, B, mortar shells, or C, sniper rifle rounds?
Sniper rifle rounds. Or maybe not.
But that was your answer.
No.
The judge is saying that.
I didn't stop talking.
The judge is saying
that was your answer. I'm sorry.
The producer's
I'm
booth
sorry.
is saying that was your answer.
Jason has a chance to steal.
That is incorrect, Jason.
What were the other 2 questions? Sorry, I heard that.
A, the treads on a tank, or B, mortar shells?
Mortar shells.
That is correct.
Jason leads 2-1, and Jason controls the question.
I hadn't stopped talking yet.
You never do.
I was noodling through the answer, and I didn't say that's.
All right. Jason controls the question.
I'm terribly sorry.
Jason, in addition to the ridiculous amounts of gold and jewelry, what kind of candy was found in King Tut's tomb? Was it A, Jawbreakers, B, licorice, C, Mike and Ike's?
Well, this is not fair.
B.
What?
Who made up that question?
Licorice, licorice, Jason wins again.
That is not. That was not even a fair question.
But Gina, you've been such a great contestant. I think I'll still get you that bottle of wine.
Well, that's lovely. Jason knows how to play the game and stick it to Gina.
Hang on, Jason. We'll get we probably have your information on file, but hang on. All right.
There were 2 joke answers in that one.
There was?
Yes.
Jawbreakers isn't plausible?
No.
Oh,
It's
okay.
really not.
All right.
That is not a fair
Hey,
question.
look, I don't write these. You can blame Nick.
1 joke answer.
I think it was Nick that wrote these, so blame him. You want another one?
Yes.
See if you can do it. Which of these is not a Jelly Belly jelly bean flavor?
Okay.
Which one is not?
Okay.
A, salt. B, spoiled milk. C, dead fish.
Really?
So, what?
One of these is not a Jelly Belly flavor.
Okay.
Jelly bean.
Yeah.
Salt, spoiled milk, dead fish.
Dead fish.
Is incorrect.
Really?
Salt is not
That would make sense, I guess.
a Jelly Belly flavor. You want to try another one?
Yes.
Okay. According to their ad, and it may not be a current ad, it might be an old one. What candy bar is fluffy, not stuffy? Was
Three
it A?
Musketeers?
Three Musketeers, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go.
There.
Do you feel better?
Why don't you give me that one?
It was
You
down
give
the
me
list.
you give me the one with the 2 joke answers.
I don't write
Not
these.
fair. Crash 5600 West at 35th South in West Valley. The northbound and westbound right lane closed. Crash southbound I-15 just north of Layton Parkway at milepost 330. The center lanes are blocked. Crash 78 South 2100 West. Also crash 78 South 39th West. Crash eastbound 35th South 26th West. And let me check our message stream quickly. Wreck at 5600 West 35th South is backed up to 41st South heading northbound. Southbound lane is closed. Car in the middle of the intersection. That came into us via text at 33986.
All right.
We've got Boners Round 1 coming up, and I really don't like this first boner candidate now that I look at it, but it's too late to change it now.
You've committed.
Yes, I have. Boner candidate number 1. You know, I'll be surprised if George makes it. Boner candidate number 2, the cereal diaper dumper. And boner candidate number 3, can I just get a hug?
All right, there you go. Round 1 of your boners. Big boy news, opinnuendo, all coming up. Stand by. Yeah, we got like 4 minutes. Hang on.
X96.
So when is Seymour coming?
Well, he said he'd be here now. He says he's got some real good stuff for us, stuff that's going to make us some dough.
None of his ideas have panned out so far. You said hiring a personal manager to get us some outside projects would be a good thing.
I know.
You said that we'd start making some extra money.
I know.
Nothing so far, partner. Nil. Nothing. We haven't seen a dime.
Well, Seymour says we're too picky. Says we have to bend a little bit. That's got to be him. Come on in, Seymour.
Hey, that's pretty good. How did you know it was me?
Well, you said you'd be here at this time, and no one else ever visits us.
Yeah, and I could smell your Aqua Velva through the door.
Ah, powerful, ain't it? I love Aqua Velva.
So, Seymour, what kind of stuff have you got for us?
Well, first off, let me tell you, everybody wants a piece of your asses. Radio from Hell is hot right now. Hot! It's positively volcanic. Now, I can get you two volcanic gods a personal appearance fee to MC the grand opening of a new artificial limb store at a strip mall in downtown Nephi.
How much? How much money?
Well, no money. I got you trade for this one. You guys can take your pick of any partial orthopedic appliance you like. If you need full limbs, they want to charge you a little, like cost or something.
Well, I think I can speak for Bill when I say we pass.
Carrie, could we just put this one on hold?
I need to speak with Aunt Esther and see if Uncle Clyde's hook is still busted.
All right, that's a maybe. I'll put this one on the maybe pile. Okay, here's the next offer. A big pharmaceutical concern in Santaquin.
Utah?
Yeah, Utah. This pharmaceutical company has a brand new hemorrhoid ointment, and they want you boys to be the spokesman. Now, before you say anything, just listen to some ad copy I was formulating in my head as I rode over here on the bus. Hi, we're Carrie and Bill, and being DJs, we spend most of the day sitting on our asses. Boy, do we know about hemorrhoids. Something, 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 vamp, vamp, vamp. So get rid of your hemorrhoids right away with Roid Away.
Roid away?
Let me guess. No money for this one either? I think I speak for Bill when I say we will not endorse Roid Away for trade. Tell Roid Away to take their proposal and shove it up there.
Hold on, Carrie. I've been kind of inflamed lately.
It's on the maybe pile. Here's the next deal. The mighty Morphin Hell Rangers. You two can morph from yourselves into these guys wearing tight leather outfits and football helmets.
Absolutely not. Look at Bill's gut. Do we want our fans to see that gut in tight leather? I think I speak for Bill when I say...
Wait, Carrie. Hey, Seymour, is it pink leather? I just love pink leather.
On the maybe pile. Finally this. You guys know them little Looney Tune Kids cartoons, Teeny Toons or whatever?
Yeah.
Very popular. Little Bobby? Huge. Muppet Babies? The biggest. Well, picture this. Carrie and Bill cartoons with the two of you as little baby DJs, getting into all kinds of radio adventures at a grown-ups radio station. It's called Hell Babies. What do you say?
I want to turn this down, but before I do, let me ask Bill. What do you think?
Seymour, would only my cartoon wear a diaper, or could I get to really wear a diaper sometimes?
On the maybe pile.
Maybe pile. Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
The Radio from Hell show on X96. Call 877-602-9696 or text us at 33986. Message and data rates apply.
All right. 19 minutes after 7 right now. It is time for round 1 of your boner voting. 3 news stories that are examples of bad, stupid, or funny human behavior. You'll decide of these 3 candidates in this round which one is the worst, which one deserves to go forward to boner fight and possibly become boner of the day. See if it wins here. It's just the winner of round 1. It must defeat the winner of round 2's voting. Yeah, we do this again at 8:20 with 3 more candidates and voting again. And we'll take both those winners of each round, and throw them into the Boner Dome for Boner Fight at 9:20. That's when you will decide boner of the day. So pick your champion of round 1 now. 2 candidates now, a third after the news. Once you've heard all 3, you'll vote, and one of you lucky random boner voters will receive
tickets to see Taylor Mack at Kingsbury Hall on Friday, November 2nd. Tickets are available at utahpresents.org. Winner receives 2 tickets to Taylor Mack.
Boner candidate number 1. The one that I'm not.
You're not happy with this.
Yeah. I'll be surprised if George makes it. A South Carolina family who adopted a pet deer is asking local hunters not to kill it.
Oh.
The family said that they allow George to roam freely around their Chester County property and beyond. But as the region gets deeper into hunting season, they felt compelled to alert local hunters. Local hunters, please don't shoot the 7-point deer with the yellow tape around its antlers. The post reads, "If you see him, it's George."
Don't shoot George.
Read a post from Kenna Lucas Funderburk. Also, if you happen to see George, shoot us a message and let us know where. Very interested to see how far he travels this season. The post ends with hashtag "Don't shoot George."
Someone's going to shoot George.
The family said they adopted the deer after its mother was killed by a car. They said the animal formed bonds with their children and their pet dog as it grew older. When it was fully grown, the family allowed the deer to roam freely, even well beyond their property. They said the deer would leave for 3 to 6 month stretches even, but always return to their house. Kenna said local hunters have responded positively to the family's message, with most saying, "Well, you'll get a pass from us." She said a hunter spotted the deer on Monday 15 miles from their home because of the yellow tape on its antlers. But
there's some
I
jerk
say,
out there.
I'll be
Yeah.
surprised
Yeah.
if George makes it.
Oh.
Boner candidate number 1. I don't
So
know
the
why
bo-
it's really
the
a boner.
boner is if anybody.
I'm sure
shoots
somebody's
him.
going to shoot him. That's
Yeah.
why it's a.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, this story has gotten so much press that there's bound to be some deranged
who's going to go looking for George.
F nut that he's he's going to go gunning for him.
You can't tell me I
so
can't
this is,
shoot George.
So this is kind of an anticipatory boner candidate.
Shooting a deer to own the libs, that kind of thing. You
This
know?
is a boner candidate for the future. Here's boner candidate number 2, the serial diaper dumper. Authorities say that they have captured a man suspected of dumping his grandson's soiled diapers along several New Jersey roadways over the past year. Franklin Township Police say an officer acting on a hunch spotted 68-year-old William Friedman leaving a load of diapers in the area of routes 47 and 40 around 3:15 a.m. Sunday.
Not just like one
No.
diaper here and there, but a whole. Okay.
He was taken into custody after a traffic stop. Mr. Friedman allegedly told police the diapers came from his grandson, adding that leaving them around town without getting caught had become a game.
Oh.
Authorities say a motorcyclist crashed in June after running over a diaper that Mr. Friedman had dropped. The motorcyclist suffered only minor injuries, but his bike was totaled. Mr. Friedman has been charged with interference in interference with transportation. He faces up to $1,000 in fines. Boner candidate number 2, the serial diaper dumper. Coming up in a moment, boner candidate number 3. Can I just get a hug?
All right, there you go. Boner candidate number 3 for round 1 coming up after this. Full strength big boy news and innuendo. Brought to you by
The 2018 Salt Lake Shred Fest, November 3rd at Liberty Park. Snowbird, I'm so used to saying snowbird. Snowboard and ski rail jam, live music, food trucks, beer garden, lumberjack festival, pro appearances. Tickets are $15 at shredfestival.com.
All right, thank you very much.
Well, you know, Modern Family, that TV show Modern Family, I don't watch it anymore. I used to watch it a lot, but
You should warn people, spoiler.
Oh, should I?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh.
Because it was just on last night.
Yeah.
And so people may not have watched it
Okay,
yet.
I didn't know that because I don't watch it anymore. But
Yeah.
okay, spoiler: if you haven't watched it yet.
Yeah, tune away if you haven't watched last
But
night's
it's not, I
episode
don't
yet.
see. So it's not much. I don't think it's that much of a spoiler. It's
Well,
a kind of a letdown.
It is.
Because I guess they've been promising for months and months and months they're going to kill off a significant character.
They said major character.
Major
Those are the
character
words
kill-
they used.
yeah.
Now,
And-
I still watch the show.
Yeah. And it turns out it's
I can tell you this is not a major character.
just. And I know that too.
Has she been on it more than once?
Six times apparently.
Yeah.
Oh.
In the whole
In the
run
whole
of the show.
run of the show.
6 times.
But it's
So-
it's
so
it's because it's what's his name's ex-wife.
Yeah. Al's.
Yay.
Al. I always call him
Al?
Al. But,
Yay.
Yeah.
Ed O'Neill?
Yay, Ed O'Neill. It's just only Shelley Long. You know, so
Mm-hmm.
big deal.
Yeah, they made it sound like it was going to be
You know,
one of the regular
no,
characters.
just Shelley Long. Now, I happen to have seen her. I think I saw her in one of the episodes she was on. Probably the
Was
one
she
where
funny?
she came back. Yeah. Yeah, she was good.
Yeah,
She's still really
yeah.
skinny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was good. And
She looks the same, just kind of wrinkly.
she just plays kind of the neurotic,
Mm-hmm.
just
she
like
was-
Diane from Cheers.
Yeah, she was very funny.
Yeah.
But not a major
No.
character.
It was just so
a
so
lie.
that's why this article is out, because it was like everybody goes, "Oh, major character." And
It
no,
was a
no,
ratings stunt.
No, it was just show.
And we all kind of fell for it.
Here in Utah, teenager accused of helping a classmate commit suicide and filming it has pleaded guilty to homicide charges. Terrell, and I don't know how to pronounce the last name really, Prisbian, 19 years old, accepted a plea deal Tuesday in the death of 16-year-old Yacinda Brown, whose body was found hanging from a tree in Maple Lake Canyon. He was originally charged with. She was originally charged with murder, but the plea deal reduced the offenses to child homicide and child pornography. Prosecutors dismissed the charges of failure to report a dead body and witness tampering. The prosecutors alleged the teen researched methods of suicide before Brown took her own life in May of 2017. So the case has been around for a while. But finally, they've resolved it all. Utah Democrats, I know there are not many of them, but they are making the biggest gains in voter registration as the state looks to reverse its dismal voting record. So we've been, 39th?
Something like that, yeah.
In voting, it's particularly in the midterms.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's turning around, at least in voter registration. Mitt Romney, hot-button citizen initiatives, and leftover emotions from the 2016 presidential race are setting up to help haul Utah out of the voter participation basement in the upcoming midterm, according to observers. Utah Democrats are adding new voters at a rate outpacing their Republican counterparts by almost 3-1 when measured as a percentage of growth. Now, we just recorded a Van Oker Group podcast, a pre-election one. You can get it now wherever you find podcasts. And Dave Owen, of all people, says he thinks that Democrats in the state of Utah are going to make some gains in this midterm election because Republicans have been way too complacent for too long. He thinks that Republicans, and he said there are some sleeper races in the Utah legislature, that Democrats have a good chance of gaining some seats in both the Senate and in the House, because Republicans just always think, well, we've got it, and they don't bother to go vote. And it's the Republicans who stay home from the polls and don't register. And the Democrats are, in fact, registering to vote here this time. Amazon Prime. If you are a fan of Whole Foods and you are a member of Amazon Prime.
I am both.
Well, you don't have to go to Amazon anymore or to Whole Foods anymore. They will come to you.
What do you mean?
You can start receiving your supplies from your couch, from the comfort of your couch. Amazon Prime is bringing online shopping to Salt Lake.
Really?
Yeah, it's available now, as a matter of fact. All you have to do, if you spend $35 or more on groceries, they'll bring them to your house. For no extra charge. Tanvi Patel, head of business development for Prime Now, said the new service will cover a large part of the Salt Lake Valley, stretching from South Davis County to the southern border of Salt Lake County. We're excited to bring super fast Prime Now delivery to Salt Lake City for the first time. Our goal is to cover as many Prime customers as possible with grocery delivery from Whole Foods Market. We're excited to reach customers from Bountiful to the north to Bluffdale on the south. Delivery service launched earlier this year has been slowly expanding throughout the Whole Foods chain. It's available at 63 stores, according to the company. So if you want, now your husband, Gina, doesn't have to go.
I think he likes to pick out his own produce, though. I don't think he...
Well, of course, he doesn't trust the produce specialist at Whole Foods to pick the very best, to bring them to the Jones domicile?
He doesn't trust me.
Well, come on. Of course he doesn't.
Of course he doesn't. That's just common sense.
One of the great political races going on right now, of course, is the gubernatorial race in Florida. Candidate Andrew Gillum, a Democrat who's been the target of racism, bald-faced racism over the course of the campaign, was blistering in his criticism of his Republican opponent Wednesday night in a debate. Now, Gillum, who would be the state's first black governor if elected, came just short, very short, of calling Republican Ron DeSantis a racist.
No, he was very clear.
As the congressman was grilled on his ties to neo-Nazis and white supremacists. I'm not calling Mr. DeSantis a racist. I'm simply saying the racists believe Mr. DeSantis is a racist.
That is so
Gillum said.
so well crafted.
Put perfectly.
Yeah. DeSantis has been dogged by accusations of racism for months. In August, he told voters not to monkey this up by voting for Gillum.
Yep.
The phrase was interpreted as a racist dog whistle, but DeSantis, who has a history of spreading racist and Islamophobic conspiracy theories, wasn't he the one who drove around? Was he the one who drove around with the van that said,
the illegals truck?
Was it him?
It was a prison van.
Maybe it was the guy in Georgia. I can't remember.
You get
there
them
are
all
so
mixed
many
up.
of them. Yeah. During Wednesday's debate, DeSantis got visibly angry when he was questioned about earlier speaking engagements at racially charged far-right conferences and accepting campaign contributions from a donor who'd called Barack Obama a racial epithet on Twitter. How the hell am I supposed to know every single statement somebody makes, DeSantis said. I'm not going to bow down to the altar of political correctness. I'm not going to let the media smear me. To that, Gillum said, my grandmother used to say, a hit dog will holler, and it hollered through this room. He did pretty well.
Yep.
He did pretty well. Let's see. Corey Feldman.
Is he still alive? He's on my list.
His long-awaited documentary on child sex abuse in Hollywood.
I don't know that it's long awaited.
Well,
for him,
people have been. Well, it is. I mean, in the sense that he's been saying for a long time that he's doing this documentary on child sex abuse in Hollywood. Well, he's finally given it a title. Truth: The Rape of Two Coreys.
Oh, geez, that's a
Focusing on his sexual assault and the alleged rape of his late longtime friend and fellow child star, Corey Haim. I believe this title represents the truth that I have been promising to tell, and it also represents the truth of what happened, Feldman told Us Weekly on Tuesday. Corey Haim was physically raped, I was physically assaulted, and as a result of those actions and the fact that I had to carry the burden all these years, really it was a raping of not only our emotional lives, but our collective work and career as the two Coreys. Last year, he launched an Indiegogo campaign seeking $10 million to create an affront against child sexual abuse and expose an alleged pedophilia ring with his movie. So when it's coming out, he's still not quite certain.
He brought this to, I think, the LAPD, who investigated it and said there's
not enough evidence.
Not enough there.
Yeah.
There.
And finally, this story, Gina, pretty gross. You ready?
I don't know.
You probably have read it.
I don't know.
A
Well, I don't know what it is.
depraved Texas man was busted in an undercover sting that revealed he allegedly wanted to kill and eat a little girl.
No, I didn't see this.
Oh, you didn't hear about this one?
Alexander Nathan Barter was arrested Friday after reportedly posting on the dark web looking to help fulfill his necrophiliac and cannibalistic desires.
Jeez.
An undercover agent posing as a parent responded and offered his underage daughter to Mr. Barter, who expressed interest in killing and eating the girl.
Yeah.
Barter,
Ooh, he looks like somebody who wanted to kill and eat people. Ugh.
He doesn't look quite all there,
No.
does he?
That's x96.com/live. You can see his mugshot.
He reportedly replied to the officer saying, "Nice, I'm in East Texas. How old is she? Can we kill her? I want to eat her."
God.
He confessed to discussing his plans to kill and eat and cannibalize a minor.
Wow.
And do something else, which I have left out.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Wow.
You're welcome. See,
guy in the chat room says that face will haunt my nightmares.
Yeah. All right. Should I do a quick palate cleanser?
Quick one, yeah.
Sophia Richie I don't even really know who that is.
She's Lionel Richie's daughter.
Is doing her best to keep bike shorts, the trend about bike shorts going.
I didn't
On
know there was
Tuesday, the 20-year-old Instagram star shared several behind-the-scenes images of her recent photo shoot. In the snaps, Richie can be seen wearing the brand's limited edition bike shorts in both pink cotton and cherry red vinyl, each paired with matching
horrible.
$90 Casa Kai swimwear Hendrix bikini
No.
tops and color-coordinated bobbed wigs.
No.
$200 bejeweled bike shorts.
Aren't bike shorts? Hello.
I wouldn't.
Aren't bike shorts to be worn biking?
I
I wouldn't wear
bike in
those biking.
What, Jeannie? You wouldn't bike.
Well, that's a different topic. You know, Lionel Richie has come out with a
hello
with a line of like home products, like pillows and
really.
Yeah.
Hi,
Wow.
I'm Lionel Richie. It's my hello pillow.
Hello, pillow.
When you're tired from dancing on the ceiling,
Exactly.
you can hello on my pillow.
It's like, he said that it's inspired by his music.
You'll be sleeping on it all night long.
Yeah, okay, that's it.
All right, weather traffic.
Weather is so spotty sprinkles this morning. Don't worry. It's going to be sunny and nice later and low 60s. It will be just lovely. Nothing to fret about. You can fret about traffic if you want, particularly if you're in Davis County. Front of the program says 3 different accidents. I-15 southbound between Hillfield Road and the Layton Parkway exit. Traffic is stop and go all the way through there. They sent that in via text 33986. Crash northbound I-15 at 114th South. And crash 78 South 22nd West in West Jordan. And let's see. Looks like that's about it. Davis County, the biggest issues right now. Utah Museum of Contemporary Art invites you to Family Art Saturdays from 2 to 4. Discover changing exhibitions, participate in hands-on making activities led by trained educators. Art projects are suitable for toddler to tween. Admission is free. Go to utahmocha.org.
Here's boner candidate number 3. Hey, can I get a hug?
Oh, yeah.
There's a Texas man on trial in the shooting death of his father. Jesse David Vasquez Jr. was fatally shot in April of 2016. His 24-year-old son, Jesse David Vasquez III, is charged with the killing. Maria Torres, a neighbor, testified in the trial that she heard pops from the house diagonally across from hers. She crossed the street to see what had happened, and she looked inside the house and she saw Ann Vasquez, the victim's wife, attempting CPR on her husband. The younger Vasquez was outside the home, appearing, she said, kind of high and nervous and frightened. When she asked why he had shot his father, the young Vasquez shrugged, Torres said. He said he didn't regret it. He said he wasn't sorry. And then he said, "Can I have a hug?"
No. No more hugs for you.
Police arrived.
Can I have a hug?
Can I have a hug? The father died shortly before he could receive medical attention, though. Boner candidate number 3. Can I just get a hug?
All right, let's review the first 2 and vote.
Boner candidate number 1. This is kind of a boner candidate. We're projecting into the future. I'd be surprised if George makes it. The family is begging hunters not to kill their pet deer, George, if they see him out and about. He's the 7-point antlered deer who is wandering around. He's got yellow tape on his horns.
So you know it's him.
You'll know it's him. Please don't kill him.
But you know some a-hole is going to shoot him and do a selfie even because it's just the way the world is these days.
Boner candidate number 2, the serial diaper dumper. Authorities have finally captured the grandpa who was dumping his grandson's diapers all over New Jersey for the better part of a year. One pile of diapers actually causing a motorcycle accident. And boner candidate number 3. Look, can I just get a hug?
All right, here we go. This is round 1 of your boner voting. You've got to decide of these 3 candidates which one is the worst, which one deserves to go forward to get that chance to become boner of the day. If it wins here, Yeah, great. It's the winner of round 1. It'll have to defeat the winner of round 2's voting, where we get 3 more candidates at 8:20 this morning and do this again. Then we take the winner of each round and throw them both into the Boner Dome at 9:20. That's when Boner Fight happens.
I love this.
Right?
Love it.
So Boner Fight happens at 9:20. That's when you'll decide Boner of the Day. All right. 1, 2, or 3, you decide who is the winner of round 1. Put the candidate number of the one you think should win in the message of a text. Then text that to 33986. Or you can call 877-602-9696. Looks like Autumn is taking votes in the producer's booth. Or go to x96.com and look for the box that says Boner Voting October 25 and vote there. You've got 300 seconds. Let's go. This is round 1.
Non-stop music for 1 hour.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Radio from Hell radio players.
Sex. Boom. There, I said it.
You did it. Good for you. I love how you snicker and can't say that word with a straight face.
I didn't snicker. All I'm saying is our relationship expert is in the studio. And I made a breakthrough, didn't I? Didn't I?
What was it?
I said sex over the public airwaves.
Oh, by the way, I did get your email with all your questions. We're going to go through them one by one tonight.
All right, thanks for throwing me under the bus.
It's all good, brother. Big Daddy's here.
The birds and the bees. It's a conversation that is a famous in culture.
Oh yeah, critical.
What actual percentage would you say from your experience as a relationship coach, what percentage of families actually have this conversation with their kids?
You know, my gut would tell me 35%.
Really? See, I would have put it somewhere around like 5, 10.
Well, I don't know, you think, but I don't know that they do a great job about it.
You know there's things we don't talk about, kids.
Right.
One of them is the birds and the bees.
I think we're getting to a day and age when more and more of it is happening. There are some great statistics about, teenage sex and things like that. And, those numbers are dropping, not doing it as much as they used to, amazingly.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that nationwide or just in Utah?
Nationwide.
Okay.
And, in fact, I'm looking for those as we're talking. I think what we're starting to see is, for example, younger adolescents, so younger than 15 years of age, are delaying sexual intercourse by a great number. In fact, here's some examples, some other statistics. Ages 12 to 19-year-olds report parents are their greatest influence regarding sexual decision-making and values.
Okay.
37% say their parents were the most important key as opposed to their friends, 33%, siblings 5%, and the media. So parents, it's a critical thing that you talk to your kids. 94% of adolescents and 91% of, it's 94% of adolescents and 91% of parents believe that adolescents should be advised that they should not have sex before completing high school.
That's interesting because, for the most part, not the most part, but a lot of parents believe that their kids aren't going to listen to them.
Oh, yeah. No.
They don't have the kind of influence over their teenagers that they wish they had. But what you're saying is...
they expect it.
So, parents, step up. I think I believe we do have a bit of stigma around this topic. Sometimes we don't want to go there. Sometimes we think it's opening up a can of worms, but I think it's completely your responsibility. And, you would let your kid go and do something dangerous, without some advice, some information.
Like rock climbing or
Like rock climbing, right. You'd make sure they knew what was going on. You'd make sure that they...
Or driving.
Uh-huh, right.
What the hell was that?
That was the Radio from Hell radio players.
What? How long was that?
Too long.
How long was that?
4 minutes.
What did they say?
And that was cut off.
And I still don't know what they said.
I have no idea what they were talking
There was
about.
more of it.
Follow him on Twitter at RFHBill. Radio from Hell on X96.
All right, time to award round 1 of your boner voting.
And round 1 of the boner voting is brought to you in part by Banh Mi.
Ooh, delicious.
And the luminous Taylor Mack returns to Salt Lake for a 24-decade history of pop music. Don't miss the show everyone will be talking about Friday, November 2nd at Kingsbury Hall. Tickets at utahpresents.org.
Boner candidate number 1, I'd be surprised if George makes it. Family begging hunters not to kill their pet deer. Got the fewest number of votes. Boner
It's not really a...
It's a
It's a
tricky
future
call.
boner.
It's a future, yeah.
Yes.
Boner candidate number 2, the serial diaper dumper. Grandpa dumping his grandson's diapers all over New Jersey for the better part of a year. Some kind of sick game. And boner candidate number 3, can I get a hug? Neighbor who said is a man who was accused of killing his dad, standing on the porch. He comes over to see what happened. What did you do? I killed my dad. Could I get a hug? No. Aaron won the Taylor Mack tickets. See you there, Aaron. And the winner, by just a few votes, boner candidate number 3, can I get a hug?
There you go. That's the winner of round 1. It is now going to go forward to Boner Fight, face off against the winner of round 2's voting. That'll happen at 8:20 with 3 more candidates. Then both those winners will go to Boner Fight. 9:20 is when Boner of the Day is decided. All right.
Well, it was...
You have a tragedy?
Well, I have a couple of them. I mean, there was the tragedy, of course, of James Caron. Did you see that? Passing away.
James Caron.
Actor.
Actor James Caron. It just came through. Prolific actor James Caron. And you're going, who the hell is that? But if you saw his face,
you'd go, oh, that guy.
Yeah, he was.
He was in Poltergeist. I think,
Poltergeist, and he was in Invaders from Mars, Return of the Living Dead, China Syndrome, Wall Street. 204 acting credits on his IMDb. He would say nobody knew his name, but they knew his face. Yeah. And then, of course, the green bean casserole lady. Well, it's not funny. She was a celebrity.
The green bean casserole lady.
Yeah.
Not a, you know.
Well, she was
a funny title.
I guess she was not she was not a real well-known person, but I miss her. I'm trying to pull her damn autobiography up here, and I can't get it to work.
You know, I looked up the popularity of the name Dorcas.
Because that's her name.
Her name was Dorcas.
Don't laugh at the dead, Dylan.
I love that.
Just as
Oh,
far
there it
as
is.
Social Security's.
Her name was, she invented the green bean casserole, enjoyed by millions of people, it says here.
Mm-hmm.
She was 92 years old. Dorcas Riley died on October 15th of Alzheimer's.
Sorry.
Dylan.
Sorry. It's involuntary.
According to Ken Tomlinson of the Hinsky Tomlinson Funeral Home in Haddonfield, New Jersey, Campbell's Soup officials said the New Jersey resident was the driving force behind the popular green bean casserole made with green beans and cream of mushroom soup topped with crunchy fried onions. You know, the kind you buy in the
I like
can.
those.
The company said it was the most popular recipe to ever come out of the Campbell Soup kitchen.
It's delicious.
It's my favorite casserole.
Is it?
It's probably my third favorite Thanksgiving food.
It's up there.
I mean,
Dorcas, it says here, Dorcas was an incredible woman whose legacy will live on for years to come. She will be missed by her Campbell colleagues and all those who were impacted by her creativity and her generous spirit.
Now, the name Dorcas was most popular in 1923.
She was a Campbell's Soup employee.
Okay.
So her job was to come up
She
with...
created a tomato soup meatloaf, a tuna noodle casserole, and sloppy Joe-like super burgers.
No, green bean casserole.
I'd try all those.
Yeah,
now.
so would I.
Nah.
Now she's survived by her husband of 59 years, Thomas, and a son and a daughter.
Thomas and Dorcas.
Are there any famous Dorcases?
I was
the green bean casserole.
looking up the popularity of the name.
How do you spell it? It's D-O-C...
No,
D-O-R-C-A-S.
Okay. Because Brandon says he knew someone named Dorcas Atkinson.
It's like Prudence.
Thad says he works with a Dorcas.
Really?
Wow.
Wow. Because Dorcas, I mean, was Dorcas always like an insult?
No, that's
dork.
a K.
That's a D-O-R-K.
Yeah,
but
that's
this
different.
is a C.
D-O-R-K.
It's pronounced the same.
Dork and dork is it means you're a dick. It means it's sort of
it's like a nerd or like a...
No, well, but it's...
I would call a Poindexter. I would say that it's something like... It would
You're
mean
dorky,
something.
yeah.
You're
Well, I think...
But that's not Dorcas.
I think
kids call each other Dorcas. It's spelled differently, but not when they say it out loud.
But Dylan, I think a dork is a slang word for a...
Okay.
you
All
know,
right. We don't
Nobody uses it that way.
We don't need
though.
to...
Well, they do. Yes, they do.
No, when people call somebody a dork, that's not what they mean. They mean like a nerd, like a...
Hey, Dorcas.
So
I'm gonna make a green bean casserole.
But it's just green beans.
Okay.
And cream of mushroom soup, right?
Right. Well, isn't the recipe on the Campbell's can?
I think it is.
So if I just go to the grocery store and find the green bean, or what can would it be on?
The cream of mushroom soup.
Cream of mushroom soup.
Okay.
And green beans and the cream of mushroom soup in a casserole dish.
I'm gonna write that on my hand.
Here's the recipe.
Okay, all right, because it's really
Can
easy.
of cream of mushroom soup.
Yeah.
Cooked green beans.
Cooked?
So you could just throw a can.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
A little milk, soy sauce, and pepper, and then you garnish with the
the onions, the crispy onions on top. Delicious. I love this.
I mean, it's what? It's 8 in the morning. I would eat it now.
Wasn't this invented back when we didn't have a lot of options?
Yes, but
You didn't need them. You had green bean
listen,
casserole.
I want to thank Dorcas.
Don't we have better
Listen.
No, name a
green
better
bean?
casserole.
Listen, one of my favorite foods growing up was the spaghetti sauce my mom made, and she made it just out of the tomato soup, the Campbell's tomato soup. And it was delicious.
Sure.
The name Dorcas was derived from the Greek Dorcas, meaning gazelle. The name was borne by a Christian woman of Joppa who devoted herself to works of charity.
So it should be. It's a
Yeah.
It's a noble name.
Through the prayers of Peter, she was raised from the dead, which led to many converting to Christianity.
Wow.
Yeah, it's in the Bible, too.
Yeah, but
apparently.
but there won't be any new Dorcases because of what, like Dylan's
It
reacting
became a
to
slang.
Hey, Dorcas.
Well,
If
God
I-
bless Dorcas and the green bean casserole.
If I were to have another daughter, I'd name her Dorcas.
Would you?
And say you were
And then-
named after the woman who invented the green bean casserole.
And then Dylan would make fun of his little sister.
No, he wouldn't. He'd
Oh,
defend
sure
her.
he would.
No, Dylan, you are a defender.
I can do both.
Is it
I would teach her how to make a green bean casserole, that's for sure.
Here we go. Famous people and celebrities named Dorcas. Yeah, not many.
No.
You're a musical theater person, Dylan. Was Dorcas the name of the character in Oklahoma who sang "I'm Just a Girl That Can't Say No"?
No, that was Ado Annie.
Yeah.
But
Oh,
there, I
okay.
think in there is a Dorcas in Oklahoma, or maybe a Dorcas in Music Man. One of those older musicals, I believe there is a Dorcas.
Yeah.
Gene, are you Googling Dorcas, Oklahoma?
course.
Or Dorcas Musical?
Here's a text. I may or may not have gotten high once and eaten an entire green bean casserole by myself. Don't judge.
I may or may not have.
I would never judge anybody for eating a green bean
I
casserole.
want one now.
Can anybody bring us down a green bean casserole to the studio?
No.
Where's Sister Dottie when you need her?
Yeah.
I bet she has a big.
She's got one with like hot dogs cut up in it or something.
or
No, it's got
candy.
M&Ms
It's-
on
yeah,
top.
It's candy.
Yeah.
It's always candy. Crash 5600 West, 54 South in West Valley. The left lane is blocked there. Crash southbound I-15, milepost 331. That's just south of Hillfield Road. Crash northbound I-15, 114th South. Crash eastbound SR201. This is out in Magna, 7600 West. And yeah, Davis County just having some serious issues this morning. Friends of the program texting and letting us know about that. That's stressful.
There is a beautiful actress. Her name is Dorcas Tejada, and she stars on the TV show Criminal Minds.
Really?
Now
Yeah.
I'm getting flooded with texts.
She's Dominican.
Texts and chat rooms, and it's Seven Brides for Seven Brothers.
not
is where
Oklahoma.
Dorcas is from, not Oklahoma.
And she's beautiful.
All right. We'll take a break. We'll be back with the movies that are opening this weekend. Stand by.
Here at X96, we're not going to pretend that we're the smartest people in the room. Remain Seated with Gina Barberi on X96 Radio from Hell.
All right. Is this sponsored, Gina?
Yeah, Halloween Comic Fest is coming Saturday, October 27th. Come in for free Halloween comics and stay and meet the creators of The Mighty Utah and Ruthless. Everything in the store is 20 to 50% off. Spooky sales and signings at Dr. Volt's.
Well, here he is.
No.
Well, here, Jimmy.
No.
But in a movie.
We have no film critic today.
We have a list, though.
Well, people love lists.
Well, it's a list of movies. It doesn't look like it's a great... It looks like another week to go watch maybe Halloween or...
Yeah, go see Halloween again or Venom.
So these ratings are from Sean?
The ones that are rated, those are the ones that Sean managed to see.
Okay, he couldn't be here today.
He could not be here.
So we have the artsies. There's a movie called Silencio. So, shh, be quiet. Okay.
It's about the Bermuda Triangle of Mexico.
I didn't know there was one.
Well, go see the movie and you'll find out about it.
It's called The Zone of Silence, the Bermuda Triangle of
scary.
Mexico.
Then the next artsy is The Happy Prince. Oh, it's about Oscar Wilde and his he did not end well.
He did not?
Did he drink himself to death?
No. Well, he was a very free spirit until he was betrayed by his lover, who was the son of a nobleman and a noble person himself. And Oscar Wilde was imprisoned for homosexuality. And he went downhill pretty badly when he was in prison.
This is directed by and starring Rupert Everett.
As Oscar Wilde.
And two Collins, Colin Firth and Colin Morgan.
So there you go.
Sean, 2 stars is what he gave it.
And then All About Nina, he gives it 3 stars.
Oh, Mary Elizabeth Winstead.
Just a stand-up comedian.
Yeah, Nina Geld's brilliant and angry stand-up kicks her career into high gear. Her romantic life gets complicated, forcing her to reckon with what it means to be creative, authentic, and a woman in today's culture.
Common is in it as well.
He liked this one. He's 3 stars for this.
So the fartsies, what do we have here?
Indivisible.
What's this? The true story of Amy Chaplin, Darren Turner.
Army chaplain.
Oh, Army chaplain.
That's very different.
Yeah, Darren Turner and his wife Heather. Faith. Oh, this is a faith movie. God, family, country, fresh from the seminary. A faith-based movie.
He did not see that one. Hunter Killer with Gerard Butler on a submarine.
Now we know what that is. Gary Oldman and Common again, apparently.
Common is in everything this week. If you want to hear an interview with Gerard Butler, it's on the latest episode of Geek Show at the very end.
Is he Scottish?
I don't know, but Jimmy flew to Scotland to interview him.
I think he's Scottish.
I told Jimmy to not eat meat while he was there.
Why is that?
Because I had the mad cow disease.
What?
In Scotland, they have an outbreak of mad cow.
Oh, no, it wasn't Gerard Butler that he interviewed in Scotland. That was a different junket. He flew to Scotland to interview Chris Pine for an upcoming Netflix movie.
Is he Scottish?
No, but he plays Robert the Bruce.
Right. The Bruce, Robert the Bruce. And he's naked. He shows his junk.
You're so excited, aren't
anyway,
you?
Not really, no.
Sean did
You
not
love
see.
Chris Pine.
Yeah, but I doesn't mean I want to see him naked.
I bet you do.
I do.
Sean did not see Hunter Killer.
I really want to see him naked. What is The Oath?
The Oath, which is a comedy, apparently.
Controversial White House policy turns family member against family member in The Oath, a savagely funny dark comedy about surviving life and Thanksgiving in the age of political tribalism. Chris Ike Barinholtz, a high-strung 24-hour progressive news junkie, and his more level-headed wife Kai, Tiffany Haddish, learn that citizens are being asked to sign a loyalty oath to the president.
This isn't funny.
This is topical.
This is not funny.
Their reaction is disbelief followed by idealistic refusal.
I don't find this funny.
Directed by Ike Barinholtz, Tiffany Haddish, John Cho, and Carrie Brownstein. It's political satire.
There you go.
Mid-90s, not screened. Stevie, a 13-year-old 90s-era L.A., who spends his summer navigating between troubled home life and... Okay. Well.
Jonah Hill's directorial debut is why this is notable. Mid-90s. And Sean did not see that. He did see, and I'm sorry to say, Johnny English Strikes Again.
Oh, no, Rowan Atkinson.
But he gave it a review. He gave it 2.5 stars. He didn't say it was horrible.
But it's Rowan Atkinson.
Yeah.
The accidental secret agent Johnny English.
So it's Mr. Bean with a different name.
It's Mr. Bean with he can speak.
Yeah.
If you
So
care
it's a
about
Blackadder. Blackadder could speak, couldn't he?
Yeah.
So it's Blackadder, Mr. Bean, but his name is Johnny English.
Okay. Olga Kurylenko is in it.
Was she a gymnast? Is that who that is?
I think so, isn't she?
Is that who that is?
No, because you're mixing up Kurylenko we had on the Jazz and Olga Korbut.
Oh,
was
that's right.
You're
Yeah.
mixing up two sports.
Olga Korbut.
Yeah,
people.
Olga Korbut.
They're all sports people. I don't know.
Okay, well,
I don't know.
Doesn't sound like a very good week for the.
Are you going to see Halloween in the theaters?
I'm going to try.
Because I think that sounds like one you need to see.
You know how picky my son, Little Bill, is.
Especially about horror movies, yes.
He went to see it with his friend David Granado, and he loved it. He said it's the best. It may be one of the best horror movies he's ever seen. He thought it was great. I'm
Because
surprised.
I hear it's scary and very well done. So.
My friend pointed out I'm one of those people who ask too many questions while watching movies.
Don't do that.
I didn't want to become one of those people. Well, don't.
Yeah, I don't do that during movies, but I am afraid I do that while we're home watching TV sometimes, because I'm usually tired while we're watching TV.
And you miss something?
And I'll say to my wife, now wait a minute.
Yeah, but see, at home you can pause it and then talk and then...
And I'm afraid I have to do that because I really am almost always way too tired to watch TV, and so I'll have to ask.
So we should have had Hollywood Tim come in. He saw The Oath. He said it's very rough, has some funny moments, but a lot of issues. Mid-'90s wasn't bad, but a good directorial debut for Jonah Hill.
Thanks,
Yeah,
Tim.
but
Hollywood Tim saw both of those.
But he's in Hollywood, so we couldn't have had him come in.
Or is he back now?
I think he's still.
He's still in
He's still in
Hollywood?
California.
But he's listening. Hi, Tim.
Thanks for listening, Tim. All right. Yeah, I got to see Halloween in the theaters. I got to find some time to do that. Having the backyard worked on.
Well, then you don't need to be home.
What are you doing to the backyard?
Ripping it up.
Because
Are
the
you gonna
last
put
time
in-
I remember seeing your backyard, it was not. It was just kind of weedy and just.
It's not weedy,
wasn't it?
No, grass, just grass.
But yeah, I mean, just nothing special about it. Just
we're putting in kind of a patio thing.
Good.
With like a fireplace.
Good.
And so you got to get new grass.
Yeah.
Because they rip it up.
Sure.
A gas fireplace?
Yeah, probably.
Good.
And the dogs have no place to, and they're uncomfortable going in the front yard. They'll pee in the front yard.
Well, people are looking, though.
But they're
There's
not
no
so
privacy.
sure. We still haven't had a number 2 in the front yard.
We haven't had a number 2 in the front yard.
It's all right to let people, you can pee surreptitiously, but to do the number 2, yeah, you don't want.
You need some privacy.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah. So yeah, that's the issue that we're having. And Ripley is being at daycare, which is also.
Will she poop at daycare?
She got so upset her first day at daycare because she's fine being home alone. She
Mm-hmm.
prefers that, but because of the backyard work, we've been
That
taking
would freak her out, probably.
Yeah, with all the vehicles back
Yeah.
there and everything. So we're taking her to daycare. She was so upset at daycare the first day that she threw up.
Well, all the graham crackers and milk, right?
Yeah, and then when I got there, it was like, she was convinced that this was her new home, that she was being left here to die.
At the daycare?
Oh, you're
at the
never
daycare.
coming back.
And the reaction I got when I came to pick her up, it was like, you came, you're here to save me. Oh, thank God.
Did she even refuse to do art time?
Yep, the whole thing.
No, big
You know, they do a Halloween thing on.
Do they really?
They dress them
Wednesdays.
up and
Yeah. All right. Traffic, please.
Well, and we actually have the 21 Pilots keyword we need to do.
Oh, yes.
So the winner receives a copy of 21 Pilots album and a potato, and they're qualified to win tickets and a meet and greet for the Utah show. And then you're also qualified for the grand prize, which is a flyaway to Boise. I'm going to give you a keyword.
Don't laugh, by the way. That's a really good potato. It is a russet. It's a large russet baker. All right.
So here's your keyword. Hannah. Apparently that is a brand of potato. Hannah. It's a palindrome. Hannah. Text it to 33986.
All right. Now traffic.
Now traffic. Crash Redwood Road southbound by Camp Williams, milepost 36. Crash southbound I-15 Lehigh Main Street on-ramp. Crash southbound 5600 west, 5400 south. Crash southbound I-15 just south of Hillfield Road. Apparently we've had a bunch of issues up in Davis County this morning. Crash northbound I-15 114th south in Salt Lake. Lots of slowage associated with that. It's the news you trust from the most experienced team in Utah 2 News. Check out the new KUTV.com.
All right, we got round 2 of the boners coming up. Stand by.
Let's see. Here we go. Number 1, neighborhood rules clearly state no livestock. Number 2, I used to have a gun like that. And number 3, just bobbing for apples, mate. Where's the harm in that?
All right. Round 2 of your boner voting coming up along with big boy news and opinioendo. Stand by for that. One thing that has given Ripley much comfort, though, is the Brooklinen sheets.
She just snuggles down in the bed. And
I can't get her out of bed in the morning to go eat. She just, she right down inside. I feel the same way, though, actually. They're so comfortable that it may be a detriment.
It might hurt your job, your relationships. It's so comfortable.
It really could. They're buttery smooth, as I like to call them. They wanted Vicky and Rich, people who started Brooklinen, they wanted to bring 5-star hotel quality sheets to everyday life, and they discovered that most bedding is marked up as much as 300%. They found a manufacturer that they really liked, and so they put it together and started Brooklinen.com. My Brooklinen sheets are the best, most comfortable sheets I've ever slept on. Brooklinen.com is giving an exclusive offer just for our listeners. You can get $20 off and free shipping when you use the promo code Jackson, my last name, at Brooklinen.com. And they are so sure you'll love your new sheets that they offer a risk-free 60-night satisfaction guarantee and a lifetime warranty on all of their sheets and comforters. But the only way to get that $20 off and free shipping, use the promo code Jackson, Jackson, my last name, at Brooklinen.com. That's BROOKLINEN.com. Promo code Jackson. These are the best sheets ever.
X96 presents beer, bourbon, and barbecue. Saturday.
Info. You're going to need it here as soon as we present all three of these boner candidates to you for round two. Round two of your boner voting happens now. Two candidates now, a third after the news. And once you've heard all three, you'll vote. One of you lucky random boner voter. Well, let's explain the game again, because this is round two. All right. We have a winner of round one. We did that an hour ago. We'll take the winners of each round. Both of those candidates will be put into the Boner Dome at 9:20. That's when Boner Fight happens, and that's when you'll decide Boner of the Day. This is just to win round two right now. So two candidates now, a third after the news. Once you've heard all three, then you'll vote. One of you lucky random boner voters will receive
2 tickets to Shred Fest on November 3rd at Liberty Park.
All right.
Boner candidate number 1. Neighborhood rules clearly state no livestock. Pensacola woman is helping monarch butterflies fulfill their life cycle. Chrissa White started a butterfly garden in her front yard 6 years ago. It's a place where caterpillars and butterflies are nurtured throughout their growing cycle.
Milkweed? Did she plant the milkweed?
It's also a source of a lot of debate in her neighborhood. Chrissa White is one of the best friends a monarch butterfly can have. She's a retired teacher with a passion for nature. White says we've got to keep them here so we can have a good food source. Her front yard has butterfly-friendly plants and trees. I've been known to bring them in, help them through their life cycle, and once they're adults and those wings are flapping, I let them fly, she said. She's also on the do not spray list for mosquitoes in the area. That prevents the caterpillars and butterflies from dying. It's a horrible, horrible sadness. I do feel like neighbors do think I'm the cause and one other person on the do not spray list for the whole neighborhood to not get sprayed, and that's erroneous, and I would like that corrected, she said. Ms. White goes out of her way to help the colorful creatures which have been declining in population throughout the years. It's a beautiful neighborhood, and I live here, and I want my caterpillars and butterflies to be at peace too. Earlier this month, she received a letter of final notice from the Crown Point Property Owners Association saying it's against community covenants to have any other animals bred or raised on a lot except for dogs, cats, or other household pets for non-commercial purposes.
They have a problem with butterflies?
Butterflies.
Ms. White found the letter in her mailbox after returning from visiting her mother. I was really saddened when I saw that notice. When I came back, I found the first/final notice that I was going to start getting fines of $25 a day, over $9,000 a year for harboring animals, she explained. The letter said raising butterflies is not allowed on the property. According to the letter, Ms. White could be fined $25 every day. Channel 3 News reached out to the Crown Point property owners, have not heard back. Ms. White says she just wants to give the monarch butterfly population a boost and help out as many as she can.
If it were chickens or something like that, I could see them complaining.
They're quiet.
Boner candidate number
They don't
1.
poop.
They're up barking all night. Yeah.
Neighborhood rules clearly state no livestock. Boner candidate number 2. I used to have a gun. I used to have a gun like that. This is a weird story. A man accused of shooting his 86-year-old father in the back was arrested by Unified Police here in the Valley Monday. But it wasn't until the elderly man was checked out by doctors at the hospital that police learned he had been shot. On Monday, the Sandy Fire Department was called to a home on 97th South. The initial complaint was that a male had been working on an electrical breaker box when he was shocked and fell, causing an unknown injury, according to the Salt Lake County Jail report. Paramedics then noticed what appeared to be a puncture wound in the man's upper right back, the report says. But after he was taken to Intermountain Medical Center, medical staff at the hospital found a bullet inside the puncture wound. The man was listed in critical condition. Once the bullet was discovered, Unified Police went back to the house to conduct an investigation. Detectives found a shell casing on the stairs leading from the basement to the back door and blood. When the officers searched the room of the victim's son, 53-year-old Dwayne Breeze, they found a .22 caliber handgun under the bed and 2 boxes of ammunition. Mr. Breeze denied shooting his father and said, I used to have a gun like that. But he said, I haven't seen it for 25 years.
Oh, it's been under my bed the whole time?
Oh!
It's very specific.
I never look.
I haven't seen that. I used to have a gun like that.
You forget to pick up the shell casing?
Boner
You
candidate
always
number
pick
2.
up the shell casing.
So apparently this guy called the paramedics and said, my father was fixing electrical box. I mean, that's what I'm gleaning from this. And he
he's
shocked and fell down. You better come and get him. Boner candidate number 2. Coming up in a moment, boner candidate number 3. Oh, just bobbing for apples, mate. Where's the harm in that?
All right, boner candidate number 3 for round 2. Coming up after this, Big Boy News and Opinioendo, brought to you by
Lucky's Auto Credit, where $77 on a job gets you a car. 2 locations, Salt Lake City and Ogden. For program details or to apply online, visit luckysautocredit.com.
Well, this is a report from Channel 2. Odyssey Dance Theater announced yesterday that they're removing 2 long-standing segments from the show Thriller for the remainder of the year at Kingsbury Hall in light of the shooting death at University of Utah, the student Lauren McCluskey. Now in its 22nd year, Thriller is being performed at 6 locations in Utah as well as up in Pocatello. The segments in the shows in locations off the U of U campus do not appear to be slated for removal. The removed segments are the Sugar Plums finale and the River of Blood dance. The Instagram post that announced the show's changes stated in part, while these pieces were created years ago and have long held special and humorous place in the show, we realize that what was once funny has lost its creative and comedic luster as societal and current events have changed the audience's overall perception and appreciation. In a previous interview with 2 News, for the 12th year in a row, Odyssey has hired 2 separate casts for the annual Halloween performance. One company's Thriller tour began at Fraser Hall on the campus of Idaho State before opening a 25-performance run at Kingsbury. The other, so it doesn't.
Well, if I remember,
it doesn't say what those pieces
the
are.
one,
Do you remember?
the Sugar Plum Fairy one, just ends with them, like they do the whole ballet, la 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 la, and then they're annoyed and they pull out a gun and shoot.
The Sugar Plum
Yeah.
Fairy.
And it's kind of funny because it's kind of annoying.
I guess that's why.
Now the River of Blood, I don't remember, but my guess is it's another one that involves
Is that like
a prop gun of some kind.
That must be it.
Cheyenne says they all involve shooting off dancers
Yeah.
one by one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I remember that. It's like River Dance, but it's River of Blood.
Yeah.
And they shoot the individual. Yeah.
That would be a little unnerving, especially on the
yeah.
campus, I think.
I see why.
Because it's a prop gun, and you hear the
Yeah.
shot, and then the dancer falls, and then they drag them off.
I think Daryl Yeager made a good choice.
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
That's a wise move. Let's see. And another story related to that, Lauren McCluskey's death, was obviously not her fault. The reason this happened was because a violent person had access to a gun and chose to be violent as a final act of power and control, said John Oxborough, executive director of the Utah Domestic Violence Coalition. The death of the 21-year-old University of Utah student has called attention to resources available for those of you and some of you who might be listening now who have reason to fear someone that you have dated. It has led to one Utah lawmaker to call for background checks on more types of gun sales. The man who shot and killed McCluskey, Melvin Rowland, was a sex offender and was barred from owning a gun. The police have not yet indicated how he may have obtained one. Utah's law enforcement offices, which often have in-house victim advocates, can offer some resources for people with an ex whose behavior has made them afraid. They also help those seeking protective orders and stalking injunctions. But domestic violence agencies can often provide more immediate services, including secret temporary housing and counseling. In really high-risk situations, it's critical you're working with a community-based advocate in addition to the police. So what Oxborough is saying is, yes, contact the police. Yes, work with the police.
But there's
but
other...
you should also contact outside resources outside of the police, like the Utah Domestic Violence Coalition, because they can help you in ways that the police can't. A group of local video game fanatics are pledging to play for 24 hours straight on November 3rd to raise money for kids at Primary Children's Hospital. The gamers are participating with others around the world in a gaming marathon backed by Extra Life, a charity foundation to support Children's Miracle Network hospitals. Since 2008, Extra Life has raised more than $40 million for kids. I have a passion for Primary Children's because one of my daughters had to be admitted for a head injury, said Guy Warner, a member of Digiwuts, a local team of gamers. The doctors and nurses went above and beyond to help her and comfort us. The Digiwuts have come together for 4 years for this purpose, and this year the team has a goal to raise $50,000 for them. It's a great thing to do.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah.
Let's see. Donald Trump is still blabbing away on his smartphone, even after being warned that spies are listening to him.
No, they're not.
Donald Trump has never been a person who comes to mind when one thinks cybersecurity. He may not even know how to use a computer, but even by that low bar, the president and his administration have barely been able to keep it together when it comes to the security risk posed by cell phones. A report in the New York Times on Wednesday shows the situation has not improved from the last time we heard of it. One time, Trump reportedly even left his cell phone behind in a golf cart.
Yep.
The presidency is often described as a lonely job, a matter made worse by the security arrangements that isolate them from friends and the public. Trump, though, really likes his tweeting and spends a lot of time venting and soliciting advice on the phone. Now, they have warned him, security people have warned him, they're listening to you on your phone.
It's not secure.
And he says, well, I'm very careful about what I say.
Always.
Yeah.
He's known for that. He's known for his
don't worry
discretion.
about it. I'm very careful.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the thing, is that one of the people that he talks to pretty regularly is Steve Wynn.
Oh, good. The
from Wynn
casinos.
Who has a lot of investments in China. So Steve, on the phone with Trump, talking about his investments in China, and the Chinese hear this, and they can use this, all of this information. But let's not forget Hillary Clinton's emails.
And then finally this.
Lock her up, Carrie. People are still...
Lock her up
yesterday
for that, right?
at a rally. Lock her
yes.
up. She had a bomb sent to it, but lock her up.
A dog with some seriously good begging eyes has apparently been tricking McDonald's customers in Oklahoma City into feeding her. Now, while some customers may see Princess the dog lurking outside the McDonald's, think it's a stray,
You got to see a picture of this dog.
her owner Betsy Reyes says otherwise. Quote, if you see my dog at the McDonald's, quit feeding her fat ass. She's a gold digging bitch, and she's not a stray. She just sits there. She sits there looking like that so people will feed her burgers. Reyes has even caught her dog Princess in the act as she spotted somebody tossing her dog some food from the parking lot. Despite Reyes blowing up Princess's spot, people seem to really be on the dog's team. The post has been shared 266,000 times and liked many, many more times.
Oh, that's funny.
The dog is just, and there's a picture of the dog and just sitting there looking so sad in the McDonald's parking lot. Quit feeding my dog.
Well, you named her Princess.
Well,
Dog is brilliant.
So, but I would say to Miss Reyes, keep your dog in check. Don't let her go to the McDonald's.
Why is she loose?
Sports weather traffic.
Well, we've been talking a lot about Lauren McCluskey, and I thought this was really nice.
This is the tracks person who was shot at the University of Utah.
Different schools, athletic departments dressed up in red. Yesterday. So
Weber State and
BYU and I don't know if any other school. I know those two specifically did, but I it's nice. And Donovan Mitchell also honored her by writing her name on his shoes for the game last night and said he was playing the game for her. that he has a little sister, and this has made him think about her and how hard it would be for him to deal with that with his sister. And he got 38 points in the game last night against Houston. They ended up winning 100-89. In the World Series, the Red Sox lead 2-0. They beat the Dodgers last night 4-2.
Does it come back to, does it go to L.A. now?
Goes to L.A. now, so that game will be tomorrow at 6 o'clock.
Where it's warm. It's
Yes.
freezing in Boston.
Yes. It will be baseball weather
Yeah.
in California.
All right.
Weather, not freezing here. We had a little light rain this morning, but that will go away and be partly sunny and very nice. Low 60s for a high today. Traffic, we've got crash US 89, milepost 299. Crash southbound I-15 at Lehigh Main Street on-ramp, right shoulder being affected there. Crash southbound Redwood Road at Camp Williams, milepost 36. Crash 5600 West, 54th South. And that earlier accident at 114 South, northbound I-15, does seem to be moving a little bit better, but was causing major slowing earlier and might have some residual slowing as well. That's traffic.
Here's boner candidate number 3. Just bobbing for apples, mate. Where's the harm in that? Students bobbed for apples in a mixture of booze and urine as part of a drink-fueled initiation ceremony where a British student died, an inquest heard. First-year economics student Ed Farmer died after being found slumped in a corridor, not breathing, at the end of the Student Society night out in Newcastle. Although he was rushed to hospital, he died the next day with his parents at his bedside. During the initiation, freshmen had their heads shaved by older students. They drank vodka from a pig's head after visiting bars in the city center. The inquest was previously heard that 100 proof vodka was consumed by the 40-strong group in just 7 minutes at one of the stops on the undergraduate bar crawl. Footage shown to the inquest showed Ed being carried by 2 friends in a metro station at one point in the evening because he was too drunk to walk. He was later discovered not breathing around 4 a.m. by the chairman of the Agricultural Society, James Carr, and he was driven to the hospital. The court said if Ed had been taken to hospital sooner, he might have been saved. It was an initiation ceremony.
Yeah.
Those are never good.
Boner candidate number 3. We're just bobbing for apples, mate. Where's the harm in that?
All right. Let's review the first 2 and vote.
Boner candidate number 1. Neighborhood rules clearly state no livestock. A Pensacola woman's butterfly garden where she's raising butterflies in her yard. She's breaking the rules of the Neighborhood Homeowners Association. Boner candidate number 2. I used to have a gun like that. Paramedics responding to a reported electrical shock here in the Salt Lake Valley find that this elderly man has been shot, and they find the gun that was apparently used in the crime under his son's bed. The son saying, I used to have a gun like that 25 years ago. I haven't seen it.
I don't clean my room very often.
And boner candidate number 3, just bobbing for apples, mate. Where's the harm in that?
All right. Here we go. This is round 2 of your boner voting. You've got to decide of these 3 candidates which one is the worst and therefore most deserving to go forward to boner fight and possibly become boner of the day. So yeah, if it wins here, it's the winner of round 2. It's not boner of the day yet. It has to defeat the winner of round 1's voting. We did that an hour ago. So then we'll take both those winners and throw them into boner fight at 9:20 this morning. That is when boner of the day is decided by you. So 1, 2, or 3, the candidate that you think should win this round. Remember the candidate number, put that number in the message of a text and then text it to 33986. Or you can call 877-602-9696. The producer's booth will take your votes. Or go to x96.com. Look for the box that says Boner Voting October 25 and vote there. You've only got 4 minutes to do it, though. This is round 2. Here we go.
When Carrie, Bill, and Gina run out of things to bitch about.
Here's what Kerry Jackson is doing when he's not on the air.
Grandma, why do we have to drive all the way up from Salem to Orem just to go to the Training Table restaurant?
Because they have the cheese fries, you stupid little turd.
Grandma.
It's worth the 20-mile drive for the cheese fries.
Yeah, worth it to you. You don't have to drive.
Well, what did you say?
I said that those cheese fries seem to make you thrive.
Well,
that's what I said.
of course they do. Cheese fries have all the nutrients we old people need. And they're easy to digest, too.
Oh,
when those rat bastards down home get the cheese fries to their burger joint, maybe we'll eat at home.
Grandma, did you bring your stool softeners?
Just you never mind about my stool softeners. Just get on the damn phone and order the cheese fries.
Okay.
Oh, and about 10 of them cups of dipping sauce.
Grandma, can I order a burger for myself?
Well, if you've got the money to pay for it. What do you think I am, Zion's First National Bank?
No, I don't.
Stupid little turd.
Here's what Bill Allred is doing when he's not on the air.
Hi, welcome to the training table. Can I take your order, please?
Well, sure. Bill? Bill, is that you?
Just a minute.
Hello?
Hello, welcome to the training table. May I take your order, please?
Hey, what happened to the guy I was just talking to?
Guy?
Wait a minute. Bill, this is you, isn't it?
I don't know what you're talking about. My name is Jenny Parsons. Who are you?
Oh, come on. Like you don't know that I'm Kerry Jackson, your partner on X96's Radio from Hell show.
Oh, you're Kerry Jackson? Oh, I've heard of you and the Radio from Hell show, too. Oh, I love your partner, Bill Allred.
Yeah.
He's so handsome and kind and generous and thin, too.
Yeah, right.
Oh, and he's so much funnier than you.
All right, listen, Allred, I don't know what you're trying to pull, but I could just send Grandma back in the kitchen to kick your ass.
I'm not kicking anybody's ass until I get my cheese fries. You stupid little turd.
Six is local, so that means you might bump into Carrie, Bill, or Gina at the grocery store. So if that happens, hey, ask for a selfie with them.
All right. 8:47, time to award round 2 of your boner voting.
Which is brought to you in part by a nice ice-cold gin martini.
And the 2018 Salt Lake Shred Fest, November 3rd at Liberty Park. Snowboard and ski rail jam, live music, food trucks, beer garden, lumberjack festival, pro appearances. Tickets are $15 at shredfestival.com.
I misunderstood that whole thing. I was going to take a bunch of my old tax records over there and have them dispose of them.
I don't think they
It's
will.
a different thing.
No.
So we had boner candidate number 1. Neighborhood rules clearly state no livestock. This woman in Pensacola, Florida, she was just trying to cultivate butterflies, building a butterfly garden so that butterflies, monarch butterflies, would have a place to be. And they say she's breaking the homeowners association rules by having too many butterflies in the neighborhood.
Who hates who hates
Apparently,
butterflies?
apparently. But they can be, when you get too many of them, though, the beating of their wings can be rather noisy.
Very loud.
Rather noisy.
They don't hang around. They take off.
Boner candidate number 2. I used to have a gun like that. The gun discovered under your bed, the one that was used to shoot your father. And boner candidate number 3. Just bobbing for apples, mate. Where's the harm in that? In England, a freshman dying after an initiation party where not only did students get exceptionally drunk, they were bobbing for apples in a mixture of booze and urine. Well, those were really awful boner candidates, number 2 and number 3. But apparently, Candy Collins won the Shredfest tickets. Apparently, people love butterflies because it clearly was the favorite and won boner candidate number 1.
They love butterflies and they hate HOAs.
No.
And I'm wondering if maybe it wasn't the butterflies, but if it was the fact that she put out a slice of Swiss cheese, a slice of salami, and
Pardon me?
The very hungry caterpillar you put out.
Oh,
I don't.
You eat
all
all
right.
I didn't.
the
That's,
thing, and then one nice green leaf, and
so
then
why don't you
round 2?
Why don't you reference something?
and
that,
everybody knows the very hungry caterpillar.
Hello?
no,
How do you
not
not know
really.
the very hungry caterpillar?
he doesn't have children for one
Yeah,
thing.
there's that.
Because it's
And I always fell asleep before the end of the book, so I don't.
That's the winner of round 2. That is now qualified to be boner of the day. It'll have to defeat the winner of round 1's voting. Both of those candidates go into boner fight at 9:20. That's when you will decide boner of the day.
So as I was driving back from Bryce Canyon, and I've noticed this before, there are a lot of RVs out there and campers, and they give them names.
You mean they're the people that own them
No,
gives them
just
names?
just
or
the names that the manufacturers
Okay.
give them.
Because I always wondered, we had a camper, and it was the brand name was Tilton Hilton.
that almost sounds naughty.
That was literally
That was the name.
that the
there
company
was
gave
a
it.
plaque on the back of it that said Tilton Hilton.
Let me see if that name is among the. Now, Dylan went and found a list of almost all of the ones that are made. Let's see if that's in the T's here. Nope, not listed. Maybe it's a discontinued.
Yeah, it's an old camper.
So this is probably most of the ones that are made. So I started looking through them, and I mean there are plenty of there are okay names for RVs and campers. You know that makes sense.
My kid spotted one the other day, and he asked me to take a picture of it because he loved it so much.
What was it?
Dylan's got a picture of it at
Wolf
x96.com/live. It said Wolf Pup. He's like, Mom, I want that trailer. It says Wolf Pup on it, which is kind of cute.
And I guess that's okay. You know, Wolf Pup or let's see. Here's one. I'll even go. You know, Alpine. The Alpine.
Okay.
That's all right.
Yeah.
You know, the American Dream. Okay.
Okay.
The American Eagle.
Okay.
I even go with the Anthem. Yeah. All right. Arctic Fox.
Okay.
Okay. Fine. The Autumn Ridge.
Okay. Where are the bad ones?
Yeah, where are the weird ones? These
How
are
about-
These all sound fine so far.
what were the ones that you saw?
The Fuse. Why would you name a camper the Fuse? The Cameo. The Exis. EXISS. What is that?
Exis?
The Force. The Idea. The Camperoo.
Camperoo?
No,
The
I like that
Camperoo.
one. I like Camperoo.
What is that?
It's fun.
The Aspect. The Dutchman. Why would you name? And they all have the same stupid, swirly design on them. You know, just like
I think you're just jealous of people with RVs. That's what I
not
think.
in the Quantum. The Impact.
Impact is a little.
The Nepal.
Well, because it's an adventure word.
Yeah, drive it to the Himalayas. The Flare, the Force, the Bullet, the Boss. These are dumb names.
What would you name an
basis.
RV?
Well, I mean, there are some that are fine. You know, the Autumn Ridge, that sounds fine. The the Rome or the one the Tilton Hilton, that's okay.
Hilton.
You know,
So our trailer is a Monterey Extreme.
Monterey Extreme.
And
What is-
Joe hated that so much we put stickers all over it so you can't read.
See, that's a pretty dumb
Yeah,
name.
he's like
Monterey
there's
Extreme.
nothing extreme about our trailer.
No, and
it's just a
Monterey.
trailer.
I've gotten texts from 2 different people now. Because there's a game that you can play with the
No,
names
don't.
of
No,
RVs.
no,
No?
no.
Why?
No.
What?
Are you sure?
Just tweet
What?
it. That's a tweet
What?
joke.
That's a tweet joke?
Yeah.
Why? Let me see. What?
I think you should do that as a tweet joke.
Where is it?
Right here.
No. Can you just listen to me for once?
Exis is a manufacturer, not a model. They mostly make livestock trailers. Well, thank you, Mr. Smarty Pants.
Okay. Anna?
No.
No.
I don't get it.
For once, I'm glad.
How about the MPG? You know, these don't make they just don't make any sense. And plus they get in the way.
That Airstream? You like Airstream?
Yeah, that's fine. I'd love to have one.
Would you use one if you had an Airstream? Would you?
And I looked them up. You know, brand new ones. They're
crazy expensive.
The tiniest one.
Yeah.
They're just crazy expensive.
Yeah.
Crazy expensive.
Here's a text. We call our trailer the Tender Tickle.
Well, you can call it, if you want to rename it yourself or put stickers all over the name, because they just have stupid names.
Yeah. Traffic. Let's see how stupid
DynaQuest.
that is. That means you're out looking, you're going in dinosaur country.
Juan has the best name. The Extreme Debt.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's true.
Crash southbound I-15 Lehigh Main Street on-ramp. We've got crash southbound Redwood Road. This is near Camp Williams in Lehigh. Right shoulder being affected there. Looks like that earlier accident northbound I-15 at 114th South. Still causing slowage coming around Point of the Mountain into Draper. So give yourself some extra time there. That's traffic.
All right. We'll be back with boner fights and a reasonable amount of news and other stuff. We still have things to give away.
Yeah, we do. Now, what's not dumb is Diamonds Direct. I'll tell you that, because they really stand behind their product more than any other.
And the name says it all. Diamonds Direct.
Exactly. Nothing veiled or nothing obtuse about it. They zero risk when you go to Diamonds Direct. No questions, money back guarantee, for instance. Nationwide price guarantee. Nationwide. That's pretty amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And you get a free lifetime warranty at Diamonds Direct. When you need an engagement ring clean, they clean it for free. When you need it sized, they resize it for free. And if you lose one of the little side aspect diamonds there, they replace it for free. And they give you a 110% diamond upgrade guarantee. Like if you pay $4,000 for the first diamond, you'll get $4,400 toward the larger stone when you do the upgrade.
You go in there, they're going to make you a deal.
Absolutely. Diamonds Direct, the name says it all. So go to Diamonds Direct. They are located at 6400 South. They're right across from the Fashion Place Mall.
Ram Power Days have a...
Ladies and gentlemen, direct from the haunted house near you, he's the guy who chased you out at the end. He wears,
I was scared.
He wears the hockey mask and threatens you with a chainsaw.
Yeah.
He is Chainsaw Guy.
Yeah. How are you? You're the little girl who wet her pants last time, aren't you?
You scare me every time, Chainsaw Guy.
Chainsaw Guy, it's good to see you. Of course, a lot of people know you as the guy who chases you out at the end of the haunted house with the chainsaw.
Happy Halloween, everybody.
And you've been very busy.
Yes, very busy. This is my big night.
But a lot of people don't know that Chainsaw Guy is also a very sensitive man, especially in the ways of love and relationships.
Thank you. And I am a licensed sex therapist.
Now, when
sex therapist?
When you are, when you're doing your sessions, do you wear the mask Or do you take it off ever?
The mask never comes off. I do change the jumpsuit occasionally. You like the new one?
Yeah, it's
Yeah, well, I thought it was time for a new set of overalls, and so I got the bright orange like a prison inmate.
That's very nice.
Yeah.
It adds to the menace.
Thank you.
All right. Chainsaw Guy, we have... I believe we indulge her every year. Chainsaw Guy, we have on the line Tim. Tim is on the line who's desperately in need of some of your love advice. Tim, go ahead and tell Chainsaw Guy exactly what's going on and ask your question when you're finished.
Sure, Chainsaw Guy. Well, my question is, I'm in a relationship with a girl named Audrey right now, and everything's going swimmingly with her. She's great. The problem is with her mother. Her whole family is all LDS and very LDS, and I'm very not LDS.
Yes.
Her mother naturally has a problem with that.
Oh, yeah.
I would like to know, Chainsaw Guy, what should I do?
Well, Tim, I think I can take, and I don't think it is, or for cesarean. And I think, and I something. I got this in a gym, and then mother and daughter, they can take both of their outfits, but you send those for a lot of nuts on the turn, and a curry on top, and I take the refrigerator, and I send the vinegar. And then I end up doing both.
So there you go, Tim.
Thank you very much.
I left out the part where, Chainsaw Guy has his chainsaw with him. It's all a key.
It's a pulling.
Part of the, it's a pulling. Yes, it is a pulling. Catherine. I don't blame you. Catherine, Chainsaw Guy is here. What is your question?
All right. I'm curious because I've been dating this guy a couple weeks.
Are you bi-curious?
Are you bi-curious is what he's asking?
That's what I said. Are you bi-curious?
No. I'm just curious because he keeps on saying that he wants to just love me to pieces.
Oh.
And I just don't know if I should let him do that because it kind of creeps me out.
Well.
So, Chainsaw Guy, what should Catherine do?
Well, Catherine, all you do is, first to the Lord, if you get a refrigerated truck, and then you do it in the thing. And then, the second on the line, piece by piece, all the way, and then you turn, and then, I kind of get a little bit, and then around, and then, just walk him, and then he will up for them, and then he can live more of you in more places.
There you go, Catherine. I hope that helped. Are we done, Gina?
One more.
I'm always up, although I'm very busy. I've got
he does have to go and sharpen the chainsaw blade.
One more. Just one more.
All right.
What do you mean? It's not a chainsaw blade. It's a chain, you idiot.
Yeah. Brittany.
Hello.
Hi, Brittany.
Chainsaw Guy is here. What is your... tell us about your situation and then ask Chainsaw Guy what to do.
I have this friend that we've been friends for a long time, and I have a crush on him, and I just met his new girlfriend, and he wants me to honestly tell him what I think of her, and I can't stand her, and I want to tell him how I feel, but I just don't know. Chainsaw Man, what should I do?
Well, and I just Catherine, Brittany, what are you doing there? I think I know. And then go first. So you get a girlfriend, and then you go ahead and you really have a partner. So what you need to do is try about to see what you think about. And then you go, and then I think I'm not going for expression. And then if you think of the answer, and then you want to and then I think the power is end up in a three-way.
So there you go.
Thank you.
Brittany, thank you.
No, thank you.
Can I go now? I've got a lot of people to scare.
Yes, thank you very much.
Sure.
Chainsaw Guy.
Are they performing now?
All right, yes. All right. Thank you.
Thanks, Chainsaw Guy. It's just amazing he makes time on Halloween.
Look at that. He's out the door. Look at that.
There he goes.
Here he goes. Orange jumpsuit,
His pulling chainsaw, there he
Hockey
goes.
mask.
For
I'm glad-
another year, gone.
Glad he got rid of the Husqvarna.
Yeah.
It's not as scary as a
No.
pulling because they're higher pitched.
I remember when he started, all he could afford was an eager beaver.
You know, you could not buy all of those things.
That
with
is a
$1 million.
lovely, lovely song.
You would run out of.
But it's a lovely
Buying
song.
all that
$1
stuff.
million doesn't get you as much now as.
That's a lovely, lovely song. Yeah, you could buy it. Well, you could
No.
buy
No.
it. Yeah, what?
All of that?
Yeah.
A house?
I'm
Yeah.
sure someone
car,
on the internet
a
has
monkey.
done this already. I'll bet if you Googled
Yeah. You could.
this, it's
Yeah.
there, and someone
Yes.
has done the math.
It's like,
Yeah,
the
you're
12
right.
Days of Christmas.
12 Days of Christmas.
I'll bet. Yeah, you could buy all that.
I'm
stuff
sure
for
that
$1
someone
million.
on the internet has done
I
this
don't.
already.
I think with inflation,
You might
it's
have to
not-
leave off the craft dinners. You'd have to leave that off.
And the tiny fridge.
You could buy that. You could buy all of it.
All this talk about bad comfort food this morning.
Oh, we played that song, Bare Naked Ladies, because
It's a bare naked lady's birthday.
yeah, Ed Robertson.
Yeah.
Do we have time for poop chat, or should we save?
Well,
Are you
do
sure?
we have time?
We make time to make time
We have time for making.
for poop chat.
I've got to go make time.
It's Poop Chat on X96
Yeah.
Radio from Hell.
Yeah, Gina almost tricked me this
Well-
morning because she got tricked.
Today, did you make poo-poos? Any poo-poos?
So speaking of the $1 million,
What did I do with that story?
and I have it right here, and you know,
Where did you unearth this?
it was on the Twitter,
Of course.
and I thought, well, that's fun. It's timely. but it's from a.
Well, tell people what it is.
Okay, let me just read it to you first.
Mm-hmm.
A 41-year-old woman had the winning lottery ticket worth over $3 million on Friday night, but showed up to work anyway on Monday to deliver one last package.
Yeah!
I knew something was wrong because I came back from lunch and the door of my office was closed, said the manager. I slowly opened the door to discover the woman with her pants around her ankles, hunched over my desk, dropping a massive poo on my desk.
Wow.
She shot her head toward me, locked eyes, and the woman said, "It was worth it." On Friday, when I realized I hit the lotto, I knew this would be the first thing I would do Monday morning.
No. You're leaving something out, aren't you?
I'm leaving details that we don't need to.
Yes, we do.
No, what?
We're talking poop.
Okay, you say
on
it then.
X96 Radio from Hell.
I don't want to. If you would like to read that part of it, you can.
She shot her head toward me and locked eyes. I was frozen in shock and fear. In my peripheral vision, I saw a huge mud donkey. Oh, mud monkey. Yeah, I don't want to say that.
Yeah, I told you.
It was like a Play-Doh factory.
Yeah, no.
Poop!
So Gina wanted me to use this as a... It was worth it, she said. On Friday, when I realized I hit the lotto, I knew this would be the first thing I would do. I hit up every Mexican food trunk and saved my dumps all weekend. I was shuffling around like a death row inmate trying not to explode. I've been putting up with this guy's S for years. It's time he put up with some of mine. This is her boss's desk, allegedly.
Yeah.
It's not true.
It's not true. But
it's a story by Dave Weasel.
There could be a real Dave Weasel.
Listen, the journalism of Dave Weasel.
In the Valley Report.
Untouched.
The Valley Report. Dave Weasel.
It's a...
Gina put it on Twitter.
It's a parody website.
Put it on Twitter and said, "Bill, boner candidate number one for Monday or for tomorrow. Boner candidate number one."
No.
No. It's,
Reminding him to make when he waits too long and gets plugged up. What is that? What are you doing? It's a signal for poo-poos. You gotta learn the signal. I don't want to learn the signal. Don't make her do the signal, Mom. She has to learn the signal. I don't want to learn the signal. Now this hand is the potty, beckoning the poo-poos, and in they go. Huh? She's not doing it.
Why did you leave out that she was hunched over like a hippopotamus? Why did you leave?
That's the best part.
Why did you want that in there?
Well, it's Gina, we have to paint word pictures on the radio.
I think the picture was plenty painted.
That's the best part.
No, hunched over is okay, but hunched over like a hippopotamus, that really brings it to life.
Well, I wish this story were true.
It's not.
No. A mud monkey. I never.
All right. Well,
It's Poop Chat on X96 Radio from Hell.
It's fun when you work at the Fun Factory. It's the old jingle for the Play-Doh Fun Factory toy.
No.
TV commercial.
Didn't the logo for the Valley Report give it away? It says the name of the publication is the Valley Report, and it says newsworthy news, and their logo is a rabbit.
I didn't.
A rabbit?
I didn't click on it.
It's a bunny rabbit.
All right. Coming up, we got Boner Fight. Reasonable amount of news before that. Gina, would you please tell us about Third Love?
You mean my bra that I love? That's what you want me to talk about? Because I have the perfect fit. It's the most comfortable bra I've ever owned. Tagless labels, no itching, straps that won't slip, ultra soft smoothing fabric, lightweight, super thin memory foam cups. Is that what you want to hear about?
Yes.
I want to hear about the online game.
Oh, the Fit Finder quiz?
Yes.
Because usually when women buy bras, you go, I'm a 36 double D or whatever you are, and then you just buy it. You never think of past that. Third Love has gone way beyond that. You take this Fit Finder quiz and you find out the breast shape matters, and they have a bunch of different shapes, and you can say, oh, mine is like that one, and they will get you the bra that fits that shape of breast. It makes all the difference. They have cups from A through H, bands up to 48, and they have their new cotton t-shirt bras and cotton underwear. You'll want to wear them every day. Go to thirdlove.com/Gina to find your perfect fitting bra and get 15% off your first purchase.
Over the years, X96 has sent listeners to see concerts in great cities.
Worried about the circus performers.
What are they going to do? Maybe they'll all be DJs in LA.
Well, I heard the Feld Entertainment family say, we're closing down the circus, 146 years, and we have 400 employees, and we are going to do our best to find jobs for them. And then they went on to say, there is some difficulty finding jobs for people who have been living on a train most of their lives, like
their families,
like a
that do
train.
it. Yeah.
A train that travels around the country.
Yeah.
They live on a train. They're circus performers. This is the life they know. There's going to be some difficulty of job placement for them. So I don't know. I think maybe we should start some sort of program. If you can take in a circus performer,
won't you put refugee circus performer?
I don't want new circus people living next door to me.
Now think about it. How handy it might be to have a circus performer of some sort living with you.
They could climb on your roof pretty easily.
Yeah,
I bet.
if you
clean out your gutters, I bet they could do that.
I bet they'd be very handy around the house. Circus performers would be they know how to do all kinds of things. They would know how to go next door and scam your neighbors out of stuff.
I don't trust them.
Yeah. They would know how to. I mean, if there are any, for instance, if you have neighborhood chickens, I'll bet they can steal chickens. Circus performers can do all kinds.
Performers can steal chickens?
I think they know how to steal chickens. I think they know the best houses to get free meals. I think they know all kinds of stuff.
Well, I'm glad you've been worried about this.
I'm worried about them.
And want to find a solution.
Where are they going to? But I did think about that. I mean, these people really have been. The Feld was one of the women, one of the daughters of the Feld family said, we're going to try and job place, but some of these people have been living on the circus train most of their lives.
Maybe they can be engineers,
porters, waiters. I don't know. Conductors, brakemen. It's just weird.
Not near me. Don't trust them.
Nope.
Be a part of the Radio from Hell show on X96. Call 877-602-9696 or text us at 33986. Message and data rates apply.
All right, remember that information. You're going to need it here in about 6 minutes to vote for Boner of the Day. That's when we're going to do Boner Fight. So before that, a reasonable amount of news brought to you by...
Go to Hale, Scott Hale Plumbing, Heating, and Air for a $49 furnace tune-up, which includes a 19-point safety inspection. Scott Hale, amazingly different, surprisingly better. ScottHale.com. It's Troy Williams.
What?
Are we talking to Troy, or is he just no?
Or he's just visiting? Okay.
Trying to hog in on our action.
Have him on once as a guest host. And
Jeez. No, I'm still
thinks
here.
He can come
I'm
here
here
anytime.
I'm here, Troy. You don't. Let's see now. The Mia Love Ben McAdams race is here in Utah. Too close to call.
Really?
Yeah, it's still less than 2 weeks left in election day, till election day.
Do you realize how not that should be? I mean,
because she's the Republican.
Because she's the Republican.
So.
The race between Love and McAdams, very tight. The most recent poll from the Salt Lake Tribune and the Hinckley Institute of Politics showed the race dead even, 46-46. McAdams' campaign released a poll October 12. It's an internal, so take that with a grain of salt, that showed McAdams with a 1-point lead. Both sides acknowledge it'll be a squeaker. So get out and vote for...
Or send in your ballot if you have it sitting on your
Mine is in my bag
table.
right now. I keep meaning to fill it out and send it in. Vote. Fox News is apologizing for... They were doing the story about the University of Utah student Lauren McCluskey, and they incorrectly identified the suspected killer as United States Senator Kamala Harris.
They had her picture up.
Anchorwoman Jillian Melee told viewers that the suspect, Melvin Rowland, was found dead after the shooting. Not one, but two different pictures of Kamala Harris.
Two.
Yeah. Were displayed on the screen.
They've done this before.
You know, they didn't do it. I mean, they're not doing it maliciously and on purpose. It's just ham-fisted, errors.
Where's our stack of black people photos?
Yeah.
Whoever is running their chyrons and thing is just an idiot.
They did this before with Patty. Was it Patty LaBelle's picture?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so where
It was
Aretha Franklin.
It was supposed to be Aretha Franklin, and they put Patty LaBelle's picture.
So they've just got some kind of moron running their things back there. It's not. They're not trying to be malicious. They're just being stupid. In a new reversal, Saudi Arabia is now saying that the killing of Khashoggi was premeditated.
I thought they were rogue killers that just wanted to talk to him, and then he had a fist fight with
Saudi Arabia's public prosecutor said Thursday that Jamal Khashoggi was killed in a planned operation based on information it received from Turkish investigators in Istanbul, according to a statement from the kingdom's foreign ministry. It's the latest reversal from Saudi authorities, who last week said Khashoggi was killed accidentally in a fist fight. Who knows? Who cares? It is an absolutely egregious act, no matter how it happened or why it happened.
Let's say that. Let's say that.
All right.
Then what? After he's dead? Oh my goodness, we've accidentally killed him. We'll have to call somebody and tell them
this
is
the
happened.
third version of their story.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. It doesn't matter what it is. It's absolutely egregious, no matter what happened. Jess Downing. Never thought she'd be taken out by a wild turkey.
Nobody plans
that. The 24-year-old Fremont woman was riding her Kawasaki motorcycle on her way to her job as a mason in Chester one morning last week when a turkey that was perched on a stone wall in a field decided to take flight. Ms. Downing had no time to react when the big bird took off and flew right into her, knocking her off her motorcycle. I saw the thing leap and fly at me, and I went down. It hurt. I was skidding and I rolled. I was just lying there trying to catch my breath for a little bit, she said. She broke her right hand, suffered some scrapes on her right leg in the collision. She says she was lucky she was wearing a helmet, gloves, jeans, and a sweatshirt. She's recovering from her injuries. The turkey was not so lucky, though. It was killed by the impact. I get to keep the turkey, though, so that's good, she said.
You get to keep it.
She has the tail and a wing and plans to make a turkey tail mount as a souvenir. Just
good.
Okay. Her. And Post Malone. Oh, there she is at x96.com/live. And Post Malone. Now, I didn't really realize what Postmates is. You know what Postmate is?
Mm-hmm.
It's delivery service.
Yeah. Just delivers like anything.
If you're worried about how much you're spending on getting food and booze delivered to you, you can breathe easier because Post Malone leaves everybody in the dust. Postmates' most dedicated customer, ordering nearly 3,000 items on more than 660 deliveries spanning 52 cities nationwide. Post Malone gets most of his deliveries on tour. spending more than $40,000 over the past year on things like Chick-fil-A, Burger King, KFC, Panda Express, and Popeyes. Fast food isn't the only thing Post can't live without. Some of his favorite orders include 12 packs of beer, 3 champagne bottles from Ralph's, and 3 bottles of great Pedialyte. Got to stay hydrated when you're getting wasted. And as for Post's special requests, Chick-fil-A for the largest nugget tray they have, and once he asked for Target's most expensive chessboard.
Bring me your most expensive chessboard.
Postmates Malone.
Your finest chessboard, please, Target.
Post Malone.
Thank you.
It's Bonerfied. With Radio from Hell on X96.
Look, I can get stuff from Taco Bell on Postmates. Oh, here we go. The winner from round 1 in the 7 o'clock hour going against the winner from round 2 in the 8 o'clock hour. So round 1's winner, way back there in the mists of time, was, can I just get a hug? It's the story of a man in Texas who shot his father, killed him. He was standing on the porch outside the house after he shot his dad. Neighbor comes running over to see what happened. Looks in the window, sees the dad in there, are almost dead, and the mom trying to, do CPR. And the guy standing on the porch, he says, "Oh yeah, I just shot my dad there. Can I get a hug from you?"
Nope.
That's number 1. Going against the winner of round 2, which is neighborhood rules clearly state no livestock. A Pensacola woman has a garden in which she hopes, which she does, she attracts butterflies to her garden. She wants to nurture monarch butterflies. And the homeowners association in her neighborhood there in Florida says, you are violating the rules of our homeowners association rules by attracting all these butterflies. You have to stop doing this. That's number 2.
All right. You've got to decide of these 2 candidates which one deserves to be boner of the day. 1 or 2. Remember the candidate number. Put that number in the message of a text. Then text that number to 33986. It's easy. That's all we need in the message of the text is that single number. All right? Or you can call 877-602-9696. Tell the producer's booth who you think should be boner of the day. Or go to x96.com and look for the box that says Boner Fight October 25 and vote there. You've got 300 seconds. This is Boner of the Day.
Start your workday at 10 a.m. with a 1-hour nonstop music wing-ding on X96.
The seasons are changing, and the RSL Team Store is freshly stocked with new Real Salt Lake and Utah Royals FC gear. Get fleece jackets and hoodies from brands like Columbia and Mitchell and Ness. Beanies and scarves for those extra cold days. And even Minky Couture blankets for times when you need to cuddle up next to your favorite soccer fan.
Rodriguez scores!
Conveniently located in the heart of downtown Salt Lake City and at Rio Tinto Stadium in Sandy. The RSL Team Store is open Monday through Friday from 10 to 6 and Saturday 10 to 5.
We're here with Chuck, founder of Dollar Loan Center. Is it true that mostly low-income people use Dollar Loan Center?
No, that couldn't be further from the truth. It's not just poor people who use these type of services. Our customers are from all walks of life, all income levels, full-time people, part-time people, renters, homeowners, you name it. We also have all kinds of small business owners who really rely on us, landscapers, contractors, restaurants. They all need money for supplies, materials, payroll. This is the real world. You can't just go into a bank and get a quick loan the same day.
Believe me, I've tried, and you are 100% spot on.
And then when they get paid, they can come in, pay us off, and they're really only paying interest for the few days that they need the money in the first place. Now that's a huge win-win.
Thanks, Chuck. Whether you just need some cash till payday or you own a small business and need a quick loan, give Dollar Loan Center a shot. You can apply online at don'tbebroke.com or stop by one of our over 50 locations.
Oh, hello, boys. Oh, hello there, Chunga. It's about time you showed up.
Sorry. Still got about an hour before airtime, though, boys. Thought maybe I'd change the brine in your pickle vats before we start the show.
Yeah, good idea. Mine's kind of reesty and cloudy. I mean, I can barely see you through the glass. Yeah. and my liquid isn't conducting the electrical impulses I need to blink my eyes.
You guys are amazing. I don't know of any other guys in radio who could have lost their bodies to disease, had their heads preserved in vats through the miracle of cryogenic science, and still go on with the show. I bow in the presence of greatness.
Yeah, and if I still had an ass, you'd be kissing it right now, buddy. Hey, come on, leave the kid alone. All right. He won't change the brine before we have to go on the air if you keep insulting him. Hey, any word on when our audio animatronic bodies are going to be ready, Chunga?
Well, I called Disney and they apologized for the mix-up with the last bodies they sent you boys. But Bill, I thought you looked pretty cool with your head on Little Mermaid body.
I wasn't any better off with that body than I am as just a disembodied head in a pickle vat. Who could walk on that tail?
Yeah, the Country Bear Jamboree body they sent me was ridiculous. I think Bill and I are going to be much happier when they send the Chip and Dale bodies.
God, ain't technology wonderful?
You said it, brother.
Only here in the year 2525 could two disembodied heads kept alive in pickle vats do a radio show.
And still come out to be about number 15 in the ratings.
Do you guys mind if I wait to change your fluid? I gotta go to the head.
The head. Real funny. What a comedian.
What?
Oh, nothing. Hey, watch out. You're jostling my back.
Out!
Help, pick me up. I'm going to die.
Hey, now maybe I can get a full-time gig on the Radio from Hell show. I knew someday I'd get ahead.
Get ahead. Now that's funny, Chunga.
Funny.
It's 9:33. Time to award Boner of the Day.
And that is brought to you by a banh mi.
What's that?
There's a sandwich.
Vietnamese sandwich.
This one was prime rib.
Delicious.
Oh my gosh! And it had this kind of sweet quality to it, a sweet sauce, and a really finely chopped up prime rib with some small amount of vegetable matter, but not much. Boy, it was good.
And come celebrate Mickey's 90th birthday in Salt Lake City at Disney on Ice's 100 Years of Magic. Playing Vivint Smart Home Arena November 15th through the 18th. See more than 50 of your favorite Disney stars. Opening night tickets start at just $10 at Ticketmaster.com.
So boner candidate number one in the final fight was, can I just get a hug? A neighbor says that a man accused of killing his dad asked her for a hug right after the shooting. was number 1. Number 2 was neighborhood rules clearly state no livestock. A Pensacola woman's butterflies may be breaking the rules of her neighborhood's homeowners association. Don't know yet who won. There we go.
Calculating.
Jenna Haycock won the Boner T-shirt. And the, what? You damn butterfly lovers.
Have they come out?
They just came out and wiped it away. Boner candidate number 2 wins Boner of the Day.
People really hate HOAs. All right, there it is. That's your Boner of the Day for October 25th, 2018. It is now qualified to be Boner of the Week. That will be decided tomorrow at about this time by Dave the Flower Guy.
Well, I found it. $1 million is no longer enough to purchase all of the items in Bare Naked Ladies If I Had $1 Million song.
We played that song for the potty break, and if you're not familiar with the song, if you weren't listening then, they say if I had $1 million, and they go through all of these things that they would buy for.
Average price of a house now, $553,000.
That's most of your budget right there.
Furniture for your house, a nice Chesterfield or an ottoman, $25,000 to furnish an entire house.
A Chesterfield is a style of chair, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
A K car, they don't make them anymore, but an equivalent would be about $35,000.
That was a Dodge. The Dodge Reliant.
Chrysler K car?
Was a Chrysler K, yeah.
A tree fort. Now this says $40,000, but that seems a little much for a tree fort.
You could do a tree
but
fort.
But the tiny fridge to put in the tree fort, about $280.
Nah, you can buy a little fridge for less than that.
Pre-wrapped sausages, $5.
Yeah, pre-wrapped sausage.
A llama or an emu, $5,000.
My wife's cousin has some llamas. I can get you a cheaper llama.
How about John Merrick, the Elephant Man's remains?
Well, those are priceless, aren't they?
Well,
you can't put a price on those. Didn't Michael Jackson own those for a while?
He wanted to. They wouldn't sell them to him, I think.
So you can't buy those. Can't put a price.
Kraft dinner, that's
$1.29
that you could afford. Dijon ketchup, there's no such thing.
No such thing.
No. Some art, a Picasso or a Garfunkel, $10,000.
No, wait. So are we talking Art Garfunkel?
Yeah.
Is his
not
art,
hit?
Is his
Apparently
art
he
worth
doesn't.
anything?
I don't know, but Picassos are.
Yeah, well, he can't get a Picasso, but maybe a Garfunkel.
I can get you Art Garfunkel for next to nothing.
Probably, yeah.
Carrie, you can get a monkey for $3,000.
$3,000?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you add all that up, more than $1 million for all of that. So.
Well, all right.
I think maybe the conceit of the song is not that he would buy all of those things.
It's maybe you'll get one of these
examples
things.
of things that he might buy.
Yes, and right at the end of the song, he says, really, if I had $1 million, I'd be rich. And if you had $1 million, you probably wouldn't even be rich today.
Not today, no.
You'd be okay, but you wouldn't be rich.
You could pay off a couple bills is what you could do.
You wouldn't be rich.
No.
I forgot to do the keyword for the Disney tickets. Let me do that for you now.
Do that now, please.
96 Texture will get a 4-pack of tickets to Disney on Ice. The keyword is sensational. 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 Text that to 33986.
All right.
Just want to quickly thank my nice friends at Stockton 12 Honda yesterday. They were really. Now, I know the general manager, Shane Parrish, and so it's nice to be able to do that. But I watch how they treat people there. When I was out there yesterday, I got a car there yesterday for my wife because my son totaled our car, so we had to get another car. We didn't buy a brand new car; we bought a used car. But I worked with the sales guy, Alex Schneider. And he was so great, just absolutely terrific. So, and we got another car, and it was great. And I watched him work with other people, and
Now, is he going to be allowed to drive the new car?
Nope. At least not at this point.
So he's on some sort of probation, kind of?
You have to drive him around everywhere now.
Well, no, we'll see what happens. But right now he doesn't want to drive.
Is he scared?
Yeah. I mean, he ran a stoplight on the 4th South and 7th East, that busy intersection. Now it was like at 11 at night. He ran the stoplight and T-boned somebody. It was bad.
Yeah.
Lucky nobody was hurt.
That's scary.
So he's not real anxious to drive.
Yeah.
And I left him on the insurance. We talked about taking him off. I said, no, leave him on just in case.
His mind.
Well, but I'm not anxious to have him drive either. We got a used Toyota RAV4 from the Stockton 12 lot, and not anxious to have him drive. He's not anxious to drive. We'll see what happens.
After my car crashes that I've had, I was always kind of
bad one.
Yeah, I was always kind of anxious for a while afterward, and now I just don't even think about it. But yesterday, I went to Dr. Volt's, and I pulled into the parking thing just right off the street. This is a matter of seconds. Off the street into the parking, opened the door, got out, boom, right on the road, right on 33rd South. There's a car accident, and you don't think about it until you see it or experience it that way. You just don't think about it.
When I'm on I-15 driving like from Stockton 12 Honda home or something, it was busy, and you're driving 75 miles an hour or something.
There's semi-trucks next
I
to
often
you.
think, this is really stupid.
Yeah.
There are cars within inches of you.
Yeah. If I can take surface streets and avoid the freeway, I will. If I have time. Because I get nervous.
I was driving back from Bryce. It was raining heavily. We're going 80 miles an hour, 75, 80 miles an hour on I-15 coming back from Bryce. And I'm going, God, this is dumb.
Yep.
All right. Oh, Dylan Allred charging into the studio now.
I was driving back home to Ogden a month ago or so, and a car in front of me probably wasn't paying attention and scraped the cement barrier on the left side. Did a 360, so they were at one point facing me directly head on, and then slammed into the cement on the other side. Shrapnel was flying through the air. Like, time slowed down. It looked just like a movie. It was horrifying. It was horrifying. And it was,
Thanks, you're not helping.
It's ridiculous.
That's not,
Take
there's
surface
nothing
streets,
about
Gina.
that's helpful.
It's ridiculous.
All right. We'll take a break. We'll be back. Got to tell you about Haster Games, though. 6831 South State. They have been doing this longer than just about anybody. It's all about board games. Dungeons and Dragons, Magic the Gathering, Pokemon, even your traditional board games. Haster has it. And you can go in and try out a game. Maybe somebody's been telling you about a game and you want to try it out. They'll crack one open for you and say, yeah, go ahead. There's tables. Go ahead. Give it a shot. They got a new line of metal dice to go with their gemstone dice. They got a great weight to them. Die Hard dice and Gravity dice. And they carry more dice than anybody. Guilds of Ravnica. I'm never going to get this right. And they did not put a pronouncer on here for me.
Go into Haster, they'll tell you.
Yeah, I'll call them up and ask them, how do you say that? It's a new set for Magic the Gathering. It's now available. Dungeons and Dragons Waterdeep Dungeon Heist 2 is available. Haster recently added more display cases, a sound system, and more shelving for their huge game library. And like I said, you can go in and play games for free at Haster. They got a computer kiosk set up to help you peruse their inventory and order cards. Stop by and see all the newness that Haster's got going on and tell them we said hello. They will buy your pre-owned board games and Magic products as well. 6831 South State. They're open 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Monday through Saturday, noon to 5 on Sunday. A great place to stay and play. Remember, Haster has it.
Radio from Hell has a new podcast.
It's the Radio from Hell Best of.
currently enjoying? Follow him on Twitter at RFHCarey. Radio from Hell on X96.
I bet Bill Clinton does shuffle down to the mailbox in fuzzy slippers and a robe,
like Tony Soprano.
Yeah, maybe that nice mail woman is down there. She's delivering mail to me.
I still use my Bed Bath & Beyond coupons. I still get excited when I see them.
Really?
When I go there and I buy stuff. Yeah.
What do you have to buy another s'mores kit?
Yeah, what do you get? I mean, I'm due for a new coffee maker, I suppose.
Yeah, we're due for a new coffee maker.
Is that where you get coffee makers?
Yeah.
Bed Bath & Beyond?
That's the Beyond part.
Bed Bath & Beyond!
Well, I bought one of those ridiculous Simple Human garbage cans.
They're not ridiculous.
Is that the one? Now, there was the bed and breakfast, not the bed and breakfast, the Airbnb we stayed at in Torrey had a garbage can that you wave your hand over and it opens up.
I mean, maybe they make one. That's not what I have. But there's special bags you have to get to fit.
No, you
in.
don't.
It's they fit better.
I know the package says that you need their bags.
So we have the double one.
I use just the regular hefties.
We have a double one that's like recycling.
Okay, all right, fine. But what is
and
it?
Then,
aside from the bag, what makes it special?
Well, she's about
I'm
to tell
telling you.
Oh, all right. Sorry.
It's a double. So there's recycling on this side, and it's one size, and then a small, like a tiny one where we do glass recycling. So it's a tiny bag that goes in there, and then a bigger bag over. And they have special. You need the special bags.
No, you don't. The hefty works fine.
But then they're too big, and they lop over, and it's not tidy. I like it.
The hefty with Febreze in it now.
Gina likes to spend more money if she possibly can.
If I get the 20% off coupon, then I go buy a bag of. That's what I use it for.
I don't care what anyone says. I love my Simple Human garbage bins.
I think this garbage can that I was talking about comes from Costco, and it's got a battery in it, and you just go like that, and it goes.
It's like magic.
Opens up, and then you put the garbage in, and then it just closes on its own a second later. It was really cool.
Sometimes just a foot pedal. Just a foot pedal.
Yeah, no, I like that.
That works fine.
I like the automatic. It was great. And they had a night light that when you walked past it, it came on.
Wow.
It was cool.
Were you up wandering around in the dark?
I do all the time.
All the time.
Everybody's asleep. I'm going to get up and wander around. That's what I do. Everybody goes to bed, and then I get up and wander around.
Looking out the windows?
Yeah. I go check the front door, make sure it's locked, look outside. Boy, the street's really deserted. Stuff like that. You know? I go. Look, there are magazines on the table. And I walk into the kitchen, and somebody left a pan out. I
That's
wander
your
around
evening?
There. Yeah. It's alone time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see. Did we get all our business taken care of?
All business.
Probably.
All business was settled. All business.
Let me check my notes.
Check your notes. Get all business.
Yep.
All the business?
All business has been settled.
Yep. Yes.
I got to go record my podcast. I have a podcast now.
If you don't record it, it won't drop. You and Terry Gross.
Don't let your podcast drop.
No. Well, speaking of when it drops, that'll be Friday. Is when that happens.
When it will be available.
Festus and his bald head are on their way here to record it.
What is the subject?
So actually we got a call a couple days ago when we were doing an X poll about spooky stories.
Mm-hmm.
And you remember the guy had the story about how you go to the Ogden Cemetery and you flash the lights on
that grave site?
I found the story that's associated with that, so we're going to talk about that.
So you're going to do an old-timey ghost story.
Woo!
Yay.
Turn down the lights.
Yeah.
You can't bully me into doing a podcast and then make fun of the things I choose to talk about on the podcast.
Who says we can't?
I'm not making fun. I'm genuinely excited. I like old-timey ghost stories.
And my podcast is very palatable. It's snack-sized.
It's very palatable.
It's only like 20 minutes.
It means you only have to half listen to it.
No, it's like...
You need to borrow this for the background?
Maybe.
So when you tell the story of the... Flash it once. Flash it twice.
Yeah.
Flash it 3 times.
Ooh!
Send it to my producer.
Would you quit making fun of your son's haircut?
I'm not happy with it.
It just, you know,
I mean, it's fine, but
of course it's fine. Stop making fun of him.
I don't make fun of him. I tell him I don't like it. That's a different thing.
It's worse. Don't do it. He looks fine. Leave him alone.
Okay.
Don't pick at him.
His self-esteem is too good. I have to pick at him once in a while.
No, you don't.
This is how Gina feels about it.
It's like my mom used to make me cry on purpose because I never cried, and she was worried my tear ducts would get clogged. So she'd do things
You
to
gotta
make me
unplug them
cry.
tear ducts this instant.
Disappointed!
You never cry. Why do you never cry? I'm not a crier. They'll get plugged if we don't make
They'll
them
get
cry.
plugged. Love that logic.
Yeah.
She was good at making me cry if she tried really hard.
Let's do the promo.
Let's torment my daughter.
On Friday's Radio from Hell show.
At 7 a.m. in studio, Jeremy Piven. Yes, Jeremy Piven.
Mr. Selfridge is in town? He's doing stand-up comedy and in the Radio from Hell studio tomorrow at 7 a.m.
So listen to Friday's Radio from Hell show, or you'll miss it. Well, we have a podcast, though. You can.
Yeah, that's true.
We have the
You'll miss the live version.
What best of thing is happening on the Radio from Hell Best of podcast? Do people check that out? I hope they do. They're like nuggets of Radio from Hell.
Little small snippets of
Yeah.
the Radio from Hell show.
Crumbs. They're crumbs.
Well, today, if you download the 2 latest episodes today on the Radio from Hell Best of podcast, you can hear us talking about green bean casserole and Dorcas.
Okay.
And poop chat.
Okay.
Those are the
See,
best of
things like
segments.
that.
But you can get the whole show by finding the Radio from Hell show.
And then you also post old classic Radio from Hell bits
Yeah, I
on
don't know
there,
what
too.
the classic one is today, but we do one a day, Monday through Friday.
There
You
all
can
these
find
things
you can
should-
find a space elder there, or a Utah word of the day, or a
What
do Carrie and Bill do
Yeah.
after the show, and other stuff like vintage Gina, Scottish or deaf. You can hear the key story.
That's the only one you ever post. Just over and over
Yeah.
again. Scottish or
We
deaf.
need to edit Scottish or deaf, by the way.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, because it's a lot of
It's
that.
yeah. What?
Huh?
All right. Okay, we're good. Live long and prosper, bitches.
Don't you know who I am?
John Smith is next.
Kicking off nothing but great tunes for 60 minutes.